I'm gonna gut your fucking bowels and bust all of your jowls, Mr. Grinch.
If I find where you are, I'm gonna beat you till you fucking die.
Hey, look, he said.
There we go.
Figurino. I've got a gun.
That delivery is so fucking funny to me. I love that. Like, I haven't seen. Look, I'm not. I got to admit, I'm not like the biggest Simpsons fan. Yeah. Really. It kind of missed me, you know. But like that, I saw that clip recently for the first time in like the last week, and I started cracking the fuck up. I was like, "This is amazing voiceover."
I'm it's such a good scene. I'm a huge fanatic. The funny thing is, the number one Simpsons page on Instagram has been following me and has been aware of like my content. I found out one time where he just commented on one of my posts and he's saying, such and such, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? What is this?
That's weird.
It was so random. It's weird when shit like that happens, though, right? Like, I'm sure this has happened to you. Some type of like where somebody that is totally outside of that realm, they step into it, and you're like, where did you come from?
That happens with anything that I tweet, and like a content creator that I forget follows me. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, what the like? I remember I tweeted I responded to something Shuon had tweeted about like Five Guys fries or something, and Dan Bull replied to it, and I was like, oh yeah,
like, that's right.
That's right. You know me, dude. That's weird. I forgot.
But that's the only reason I want to. That's the only reason I want to get my Twitter back, is because
I know. Yeah,
I want to remember. There's a lot of people I've forgotten. I was thinking about just yesterday. I don't think you can do it on your phone, but going through the people you subscribe to, because I imagine I've probably subscribed to a few hundred people over the years. Yeah, and I imagine I've forgotten 90% of them
easily.
Yeah,
easily. You ever go to subscriptions on YouTube sometimes to be like, when did I do this?
I did that. Right. I did that a few months ago. Yeah, and I've had my YouTube account since like 2007. So like there are accounts there that either don't exist anymore, or like stuff like accounts like Golden Tusk, who in 2008 would do these like. He would take scores from like famous like the Indiana Jones theme and the Halloween theme, and like write lyrics to the melodies. And like this was like in 2008 and shit. And I saw it. I was like, I can't fucking believe how long it's been since I've seen these videos.
How many of them are genuinely not alive anymore? Like, that makes me fucking
true.
Sometimes.
That is true.
I think about that.
Like,
I think about that in regards to. I think about that in regards to my own subscriber base sometimes. Like, I wonder, like, what percentage of these 600,000 people are dead right now?
Yeah,
like, I wonder,
dude.
like, I wonder if it's even if it's something like just 5. Yeah, that's crazy. You know what I mean?
It kind of is, because it's only
weird.
It's not 5. That long of a time, right? Like, I have a couple of old YouTube channels, and you know what the funny thing is? One, I remembered how to get back into it at some point. And then I don't remember anymore, because I've had it probably since YouTube began or somewhere close to it. And then I logged back into it in 2016 because I recently looked at it and I posted a clip, just an out of context clip of Vince McMahon saying "Hell in the Cell" like he's a fucking demon. And then I was like, when did I do this? How did I get into it? What is I don't remember the email. So I don't know what to do, and it's just fucked. It's just there. The biggest clip on there, I just fucking ripped a clip from what was that stupid wedding? No, that movie, the Vegas Hangover.
Oh yeah.
There's just that one of those comedians from he's one of the LA rapists. What's his name? Not the tall one, but he's friends with Joe Rogan. Come on, Brian Callen. You know who Brian Callen is?
He's throwing a lot of information at me. Derek, you're throwing a lot of information at me. You threw a lot of info at me.
Okay, so what I was saying, Brian Callen plays this Middle Eastern guy. He has a little scene in the wedding chapel, and he's trying to remember.
Oh,
okay. He's like, oh yeah, it's like this.
So he plays a rapist.
So no, he is. So just the LA Comics. I was just saying, I just need to throw a little bit of shade at him because I'm tired of these LA Comics getting away with sexually assaulting women, and just their fan base are like, yeah, whatever, bro. It's just Me Too. I'm like, dude, not everything's Me Too, bro. Not everything's Me Too. Like, there is footage of him talking on multiple podcasts saying the horrible shit he's done to women. Whitney Cummings, a famous fucking comedian, there is podcasts of them talking together and how he like pulled his dick out in front of while like they were in the car and like try to make her suck and stuff, and she was uncomfortable and shit, and she just laughed it off. But then later on, when Me Too and all that stuff happened, she kind of like, I think, deleted that episode or whatever. But point being,
is that something you're not supposed to do? It's like that scene. It's like Chris D'Elia. It's like you could say. Is that you could save? You could screenshot those Snapchat.
The idea.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yo,
why does this thing always activate, brother?
It was like, you know when a music video has a good transition. There's a good.
Didn't I tell you this is why I don't wear fucking pants anymore? This is why I wear pants now because of this shit.
Your whole penis would have the whole shaft.
So for people listening, we all doubled over laughing and. Derek's camera just panned down over to a canister of pills, basically.
Oh yeah, this is. Yeah, I'm fucking. I've been sick, so I got pills all over the fucking place,
He's
bro.
He's been trying to OD. Look, it's another one. It's another.
So this one, so this one is for. This one's for. Look, dude, it's going crazy, bro. It's broken.
Oh my god!
What is happening? It doesn't know what to do. It doesn't know what to do.
This is wild.
I'm sorry, and for everybody listening, you have to watch this video when it's out because there's no way
this shit off, bro.
This is wild.
Bro, it doesn't know what to do. It's freaking out. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Okay, let's see if I fixed it.
All right, is it gonna?
Okay, so now it's just aimed at my body. Let's try to turn it on again. Hold on.
Yo, that was crazy.
Oh man,
crazy.
I'm sweating,
bro.
Yo, it got so bad. It looked like a tornado,
dude.
It looked like everything was moving.
It looked like Derek's apartment was crumbling in the middle of a natural disaster. That was so insane.
You know when somebody drops a camera down a hill and it's just so much stuff going on? It looked like that.
Dude, this thing costs way too much money to be doing this shit, bro. Like, this is the Insta360 link. It's like a really good fucking webcam. But mine, I guess,
quality
is a little...
one. It's just that, like, you know...
Well, I just feel like the thing is just a tiny bit defective. Because...
All right, there you go.
Hold on. Okay.
So it's back on. Off, bro.
All right, so now let me get it to stay put again. Okay. I got to keep my hands out of the frame. That's the problem.
Your webcam is the drunk driver of webcams, bro.
As soon as I put my hands into the frame, it immediately activates the different mode where it wants me to follow my face.
Dude,
so yeah,
look to the side and just.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna see. Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna see a gastroenterologist pretty soon. So like both of these pills that bottles are like stomach related things because my stomach's all fucked up. Yeah. Just so people don't think I'm some fucking. I'm about
Could
to
you imagine the panel is a bunch of rhino pills? It's just a whole thing, a bunch of rhino pills.
Prescription rhino pills.
Dude, how fucked up would that be? I'm 35 and I need dick pills, man. That would suck.
You not only need those pills,
them, but you
need
them.
No.
You don't
need but not only that, but they're prescription. That's what's crazy about it, is that they're in prescription bottles.
And your doctor's like,
prescription.
Your doctor's like, you need to be really hard. You need.
All right, look. All right, I'm gonna be real.
I can't wait to watch this shit back, bro.
Dude, it's gonna be so fucking funny. I gotta be real. I laughed so hard I forgot what the fuck we were talking about, so I'm just gonna move on. So we missed of course, it's the curse of this show. Every time, like, I think literally the last episode. Oh no, the last.
Derek, you better watch out. You better keep your head straight, Derek.
Okay, it's locked in again. It's locked in
the
again.
last episode, I opened the show up with "There's literally nothing going on," and I said nobody died, and then a day later, Dianne Feinstein passed away finally. So she's dead. We got a couple more left, you know. But we're
working on it
in due time. Yeah, they're working on it. I'm working on it. You know. So
finally,
we missed that. We definitely missed that.
I didn't even know she died. I found that out when we started the podcast. I was like, "What? She's gone? She's."
I didn't think it was possible because I thought she was like undead. I thought she died a long time ago, and then somebody was just someone was just keeping her alive with some fucking some necro magic or some shit.
Yeah, I thought they just were marionetting her around like Weekend at Bernie's or something. Like, because you look at her, she looks dead. You know, she looked dead this whole time.
Right.
She looks older than the concept of water. You know.
I think she is. I think she's old.
Before we gave water a name, she was around.
Yeah.
Dude, these people were old enough to drive like before civil rights. If it is sincerely insane that they're still in the positions that they are in. Thank God. I saw all these like people like doing like, oh man, you know, rest in peace. You know, we just celebrate the life of Dianne. Like, fuck no, absolutely not. Get the fuck out of there. It's insane. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There should never be 90-year-old politicians. There just shouldn't be.
Yeah. Look, if she left Congress a long time ago, then maybe you would show her some respect. But nah, she became the fucking villain a long time ago.
God damn.
Dude, I feel the same way about
grandma, and she's in the That's
I feel the same way about what's her name? RG or whatever the fuck her name is.
Ruth Gator. Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yeah, RBG.
Yeah,
Ruth Gator Gates Bates or something.
Ruth wasn't that old,
but she was fucked up.
Are you kidding me?
She was fucked
Ruth
up.
was like 70 something. She was
most
old.
importantly, she was fucked up from cancer, bro.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg was 87 years old.
She was 87.
Yeah,
she was 87.
Old.
She was fucked. She was like in her late 70s.
Sickly. Like that's the problem too. Look, man, I wouldn't if someone miraculously was old as shit. And they were just so just young and spry, like in the way that they were, their perception was they were sharp. Yeah. But like even when you look at if you're actually, because I don't usually pay attention to Trump speeches or whatever, but if you actually do, that is just let me watch this for 10 minutes or something. Dude, that guy, he's fucking nuts too. He's losing it too. You just don't notice it because we just see the dumb shit that he does when he looks like he's like jacking off two dicks when he's making fun of like a gymnast. He's like, and I'm like, what is he doing? Or the Obama, like I see shit like that. But then I'm listening to him talk about those windmills legitimately. And I'm like, what is he? And then he's talking about something about getting electrocuted. He's like, yeah, the batteries in the boat, it's going to get, if I had to have a choice between getting electrocuted or killed by a windmill, I didn't know. I was like, I didn't know what he was talking about. He was just like rambling on. And then he goes, we're all in agreement with that, right? And the crowd just cheers. And I'm like, yeah, what?
We're all afraid. We're all afraid.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I just windmills.
He's getting up there, dude. He's only like 4 years different in age than Biden, I think. So I'm like, bro.
I think generally, look, generally speaking, and I saw people like, well, I remember I saw a thing where it's like, well, when I said something along the lines of like, you shouldn't be over like 69 or like 60 or whatever in political power like 60. That. There should be like some kind of line where you're not old and bumbling and in power or in that position. And people were like, "Well, I don't want good politicians like Bernie to be thrown out just for some dumb rule." And like to me that's silly because first of all, I don't think if you had that age limit, you wouldn't have just Bernie in there in the first place. If you had that age limit, that would inherently force a lot more people like Bernie into the fucking political establishment in the first place because guess what? Suddenly there's room.
You would assume, yes.
I think that was just inherently true. Like the reason why Bernie's even there in the first place is because of shit like this. So like, I don't know. Get out of the way. I'll sacrifice Bernie easily if it means just like people who are just younger.
If anything, if we wanted to be fair, then just some type of competency test, like doctors and people that have licenses have to do.
100%. Yeah.
Nah, dude. At a certain point, my grandmother was a surgeon. At a certain point, they're like, you can't do this anymore. Even if you're competent still, they're like, you can't do this anymore.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we're talking about.
You can like read shit off. You can like do the prep check, but they won't let you operate anymore. They
won't let you. But I feel like they won't let you operate if you've shown some signs of you cannot.
Well,
perform
no.
This anymore.
Even at like my grandmother she was working there till she was like maybe like 62. Yeah. And her last surgery when she was like 56, and they were like, you're just getting up in age. You're just getting up in age, and it's safer or not.
My cardiologist, I have a lot of doctors that were decrepit, but they were also, except for one of them, he was.
But were they doing surgeries and shit? Were they doing?
Now, I don't know about the stipulations with surgeons, but I just wonder about your grandmother, for example. Like, maybe she left a little part of her story out to not, to protect her ego.
She was just like, they just cut her out. She was like, it's fine because eventually, you get old.
Is that actually true? Is that something like I wonder?
For surgeons, are you just sure, yes. I don't think for other doctors, no.
I would just verify that. I would just verify that because I know how some people's egos work where they're like, I'm fine, even though maybe they did show a little bit of their performance slipping, and then they have to like let you go, but you're like, they let me go for no reason. They're like, it's like fucking, they try to cancel me. I did nothing wrong. I did everything right, and they indicted me. And I'm like, I'm not comparing your grandma to that level. I'm just saying some motherfuckers will just like say that this is the case when it's like, well, you left out one important piece of information.
Around 65, yep. Yeah. They make you stop.
So that's when they kicked her out, like around 65?
She was around like maybe like she was
in her
like
50s.
62.
Oh, she was in her 60s.
She's 62.
Okay, well, I mean, fair enough. So I guess it was like straddling the line. They're like,
because right now she's about to be 90.
Yeah.
So I was like 5. So you're like 62.
Bro, you ready to be around 90?
And she was like, I'm fine. She was like, I'm okay with that.
Genes.
That's cool.
You ready to be around 90? You got those genes, man. You ready to get up in age?
No. I don't want to be senile. If I start slipping, I'm just gonna kill myself.
So you think? Okay, so this is what I think. I started thinking about it more.
I'll just kill you.
Thanks.
I started thinking about how medicine is going to progress over time in the next 40 years or so, 50 years, and by the time we're 90, that's a lot of time to pass. Thing is, medicine's going to be insane now, but I think because of how certain people are right now with that COVID shot or whatever, remember there's people that are labeling themselves pure blood. And so, because of this, they're going to...
yeah, that's right.
Insane. Like it is some of the most insane shit.
Pure blood.
Yeah.
I don't put anything in my body if I don't understand where it came from, except for everything else I put in my body.
I'll smoke cigarettes. I'll use methamphetamine. I'll damn near fuck my own sister, but I won't put a vaccine in my body. It's like, yo,
they'll do heroin, but they won't do that shit, bro. Like, it's crazy. But anyway, so I think we're gonna get like a divided factor, and what was it? It was Mass Effect that actually they explored this in Mass Effect 3. There's the choices of the ending that you would choose, and one of the choices that you would choose to have everybody assimilate and like kind of do the synergy with the machines. Mm-hmm. And with the AI and everything. And then there was that factor of people that wouldn't do it because I'm not doing that with no machines. And I'm laughing because I'm like, that is so true. That is actually,
I wouldn't do that either. I wouldn't do it with machines. Hell no.
Okay, well, I think that is so stupid. Why?
I wouldn't assimilate with them. I have no problem with transhumanism.
You're just improved. It's not like you're becoming a Lithid in Baldur's Gate where you're all disgusting now.
I have no problem with transhumanism in a sense that like cyberpunk shit, like getting enhanced kneecaps, getting a bionic penis.
But that's basically what it would be.
Down.
You would just be enhanced and you would live way longer and shit. People are like, I want to be.
In my body. I'm not becoming no AI man. I'm not becoming an android.
You're not going to become an AI. That's not what's going to happen.
I'm too ignorant to understand.
This is
exactly.
This is him.
I'm
one of the
awarely ignorant. Like, I'm too ignorant to understand that, boy. Get out of my face with that.
Yeah. I can't wait for that shit, bro.
I would have very minimal. I feel like if in a cyberpunk society, I would do like very, very minimal. Like I probably the most maximal thing I would do is probably like I would fix my eyes.
Probably. I'd be an android. I'd be a fucking.
I'd fix my eyes. I'd fix my knees for sure. My hip finally. I would be out, man. I would get a lot of dumb enhancements. I want to punch because I've always wanted to be Jax, from Mortal Kombat. I've always loved the idea of being Jax.
I'd be so little human, it'd be hilarious. I would keep my morals. That's it. It'd be like the brain, the spine, the heart, maybe, and
you're like you're gonna be RoboCop. You're just gonna be fucking RoboCop. Insane.
They'd be like, "Hey, are you Kingston?" Like some.
Yeah, you're just fucking Inspector Gadget, basically.
I'm now King Store. I am King Store.
I have like a little wrist rocket.
Just killing people.
Dude, if anybody wanted to fuck you up, they just throw a bag of magnets at you.
The EMP. If I get EMP'd and I can't move for a day, a whole day, I'm just stuck wherever I'm at.
What type of metal isn't magnetized? Is it aluminum?
Aluminum.
Is it,
aluminum,
right?
yeah.
So
aluminum.
You can so you'll just be made out of aluminum. You'll be good to go, bro.
I'll be terrified. That'd be a fucking demon. The idea of moving around like one of the robots from I Am Legend. But it to me is hilarious. I get it all for it. I'm starting to fucking scutter around the room.
I want that. I want to do all that ceiling. I look forward to the future. I think a lot of people don't get it. We're not going to be old and fucked unless you refuse nanobots and other medicines. Like I know we're about 10 years away from having cancer vaccines, right? We're about 10 years or so on average. No, absolutely.
I really believe that exists already. I really, really believe it exists already.
A lot of things exist already, but they have to do so much vigorous testing before they can really release it out, right?
That's true.
So what? Yeah, like conspiracy theory. Like as far as on the spectrum of conspiracy theories, that's the one I feel like I'm outside of the obvious. Like Epstein was murdered.
Yeah.
Outside of that. Which I think is like probably the most popularly understood. Like, dude, even my parents are like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It seems like he got killed. But
yeah,
outside of that, I think the cancer vaccine existing already is probably like the second most popular one. Where people like, I think a lot of people believe intrinsically, like, yeah, I think people out there have the cure for cancer.
I believe the cure for cancer and AIDS. I think the cure for most of those things that are
AIDS is basically.
I mean,
entirely. There's medicine to make it dormant as fuck
treatments. Now. I think there's a straight up cure, and there has been for a long time. But
I just don't. I feel like this is the only reason why I feel like that's not true is because I think the medical industry would profit off of having a vaccine more than chemo. Why? Because chemotherapy is insane. Chemotherapy is insane in America, but not everywhere. It's
also incredibly expensive to do for them.
It's ridiculous to do, and it's also the rate of survivability is not great. People aren't usually going to do it again. There's some people that do it again, but not a lot of times people I'm not going through it again. I'm dying.
I think it is overall less beneficial, but I think because the amount of people, the people that die from those diseases are not like. Poor people suffer always the hardest from all this shit, always. And there are people that have money, right? And there are people that have money, right? So when I think of like
more money, more problems
for cancer, I just think that like it is an easy way to cull people, and it sounds fucked. It sounds very fucked and like super like hyperbolically
what do you mean?
Gross.
What do you mean? What are you getting at?
Dude, it's like just let some of them die. Some of them will do it. Some of them will die. That's fine. Like the ideas like that, where it's like. The powers that be are like whatever, dude. Let some of them survive. The ones that can afford.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I really have no idea.
But at what expense? Like, what's the reason for
expense? Like, what expenses? What is the loss of like I don't know, however many people die from cancer, who have died from cancer, but like I don't feel like it's that much of an expense for the rest of the world, unfortunately. Not to say that they don't matter, but I just feel like it's not really like a huge like
priority
toll on the planet.
So what is I'm missing like
I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what the point of what you're like. What are you saying?
I feel like the death amount from cancer. Like I feel like a lot of the vaccines for a lot of these very detrimental diseases and viruses, they've existed for a while, but the people dying from it doesn't really like. It's like the amount of money that's received from the research that's put into it, air quotes. They're like, yeah, let some of these motherfuckers die. Go ahead. We've had a mean to fix this for a long time, but like we're also making so much money researching it that might as well let these motherfuckers die. We could release a vaccine. We could release a treatment for it that's very affordable or useful. But like, why? When we're making so much money off of just like saying we're researching it.
Well, I will say, because I don't think a lot of people are making a lot of money off of research. I think there's not enough money in research.
Cancer research gets so much money, it's absurd, bro. Cancer research in particular gets trillions of dollars a year.
Yeah, but it's not individual like people.
It's not individual people
$1 trillion,
but like that much money goes to said organization that does X, Y, or Z.
What you're saying, if I could, let me boil down what you're saying. There's no incentive to actually like cure it because there's a lot of money made in research.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I guess there'd probably be a lot more money made in just selling a cure for something that is.
Yeah, I think
just endemic and continue.
Because selling a cure itself is like, to sell a cure is almost inhumane in its nature. Like,
right, but what's the difference? What is the difference between pretending to research? What is the difference in the inhumanity of that?
Because once there's a cure, there's a cure. You know, that's like once there is a means to fix this thing that people are dying from, to sell it is kind of scummy. How is it not scummy to pretend to research for money? In a way that's different than lying about not having a cure. Because when you lie about having a cure, people don't know you have it. That's it. People don't know you have it. You're lying about it. People don't know you have it exactly. But once there's a cure, like a cure, it's different. It's like, oh, this is definitely the way to fix this. It's a different way to do it. You're like, oh, let's the COVID vaccine, right? Like, it's
I sincerely, I feel like you're going insane, right? I feel like you're going senile already.
Really?
I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
I just feel like to say you have a cure for something, to sell a cure that will save lives, opposed to lying about researching a thing you already have a cure for, are different kinds of evils, you know? Where it's like...
I think lying is worse than selling a cure for something that exists.
I do think lying is worse, but I think selling a cure, you're just not gonna... I feel like it's not gonna be allowed to fly selling a cure for something.
I feel like that's how all cures work.
That's what I don't understand, about that.
Like... You have to pay for every cure. You have to pay for every cure for everything that you. What do you mean?
Yeah, somebody's got to manufacture the cure, so it's got to be paid for.
Let's say like vaccines, right? Vaccines the COVID vaccine was given out free because COVID was such
the COVID vaccine was given out for free because it was contagious.
Yes, that's true.
And incredibly widespread.
It was not free. It's subsidized.
Same thing like the flu.
That's true. Yeah, subsidized is different than free.
That's true.
Yeah,
it was subsidized. But the same thing is that for for the flu or something like that, right? For the most part, to be able to prevent those things are first and foremost more contagious. But like if you have a cure for like AIDS, right? Yeah. That means that with the cure for AIDS now, all of the people that have died from AIDS beforehand, their lives have been lost. But like you go to like everybody that has AIDS now on the planet currently, right? AIDS mostly affects very severely poor people in various countries or other places. Is that means you have to say that we're not going to give, you have to pay for this. You know, there's whole swaths of people affected by it. That's going to seem extremely shitty by whatever the developer is.
But that's already how things work. That's all. Yeah, that's already how everything works.
Yeah.
Like it would be less of. It just wouldn't be different from how things currently. Like even if your head hurts, even if you have like a headache and you buy an aspirin, still
a headache isn't a disease.
No, right? But there are many. But what I'm saying is like
kill you exactly.
Well,
it could.
Not exactly.
I don't know.
They can.
They indirectly.
Yeah, they don't.
Indirectly breathing does too. You know, indirectly breathing in smoke kills you. You know.
See.
I don't know. I'm not saying it's not shitty, but I'm also saying like what I'm saying is it would be. I think it would be far worse for you to pretend to be working on a cure and tell people that you're working on a cure and funnel in millions and millions and billions and billions and trillions and trillions of dollars than it would be to simply sell the cure for something to people who need it.
I agree, you're right, but when you're lying about it, then there's like no way to find that. I was like, but if they're lying about it, then it's like I guess we don't know.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know if things are like I think a lot of people think it's really sinister. What I feel like the way that these companies operate, they would not withhold the cure. A lot of people think that like, oh, there's billions made in this industry. Well, this is the way that it's done because it's the best thing that they have at the time. Once they have something better, they are going to sell it at a high price in America. And then, of course, the rest of the world will subsidize it because that's what a good society does. and it'll be either extremely inexpensive or free, and you just got to pay your higher rates of taxes. But their wages are higher too. It works out in certain countries, right? In the West, in like say Western Europe, you look at like say the penis countries in Scandinavia.
I think
works out pretty well.
To me, I thought I believe the cancer cure thing until Steve Jobs died. I think like when Steve Jobs died, I was like, first of all, mute your fucking phone or I'll kill you. mute your phone, I will kill you. Second, until like when Steve Jobs died from pancreatic cancer, I was like, oh, they don't have it.
Yeah.
Because like if anybody in the world, first of all, well, not only would he just get it for himself, but in general, I feel like most people would have collectively been like, we can't lose jobs.
So here's the thing,
like we can't lose.
Here's the thing, pancreatic cancer is usually terminal. People are like, shit, that's a hard one.
Bad.
But
like
you
stage
can,
one
like,
is like
actually,
a 50% survival rate.
Jordan Peterson's wife recovered. That's actually why he got on benzos. His whole benzo binge was because her
right.
going through cancer and stuff.
That makes sense.
I was gonna say Jeff Bezos. Steve Jobs is a fucking moron and was just drinking like fucking stupid potions and doing dumb shit instead of using his infinity $1 billion to talk to the absolute best doctors that most likely could have sent him in a remission.
He was getting parts changed out left and right. He was
that's what happens. That's what happens.
He put an iMac in his fucking ass and thought like
he was a board. He was a board by the time that nigga died, bro.
There's something so interesting about geniuses.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like because like it's almost like a stat sheet in like an RPG where like you have all your stats in this one thing and then everywhere else fucking suffers. To the point where it's like, oh, you're really, really good at like being a visionary and you understand like what the future is and what people want and you know how to direct people to go make it, but you'll also be like fucking Isaac Newton and you'll be like, yeah, I understand reality in such an all-encompassing way. Also, let me pour mercury behind my eyelids and see if that helps me fucking see the future or whatever it is, whatever the fuck it is that he was doing.
Because there's no such thing as an overall genius. That's why they don't exist.
That is true. Yes.
Well, everybody needs help.
Intelligent aspects.
I feel like we're always duped, especially as society, where we see these people like, oh, these guys are geniuses. Like Elon Musk is a perfect example of that. Where just about a decade ago, I thought like, oh yeah, really, here's a visionary, and then you realize like, oh, it's not. He supplied the money, he had the drive, but that's it. And then you realize how dumb he is when he really recently with the $44 billion Twitter purchase. We're like, oh, this guy's actually like he's an idiot. He's just an idiot that has a lot of money. And there's people that were advising him and doing great. And then I started watching videos. The people, I don't know if you remember Chris, or maybe you, Sweeney, you remember Thunderfoot. He's a YouTuber. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So he jumped into the anti-SJW thing just for slightly because they were attacking weird shit for a second. He used to do creationist videos, then he do scientific videos and stuff. Long story short, he's going back to his old content, but he's been doing a whole series on just debunking Elon Musk videos, and it's fascinating because I never really paid attention to Elon Musk and the stuff that he was involved in. And
me neither. Like the most I knew about him in like 2016 or 2017, maybe even later than that, like 2018, was like, oh, he put a car into space, and I remember thinking like, that's dumb, but it's also like silly.
Yeah,
so
I'm like, it was fun.
I was kind of like, oh, cool, yeah, whatever.
Fucking the flamethrowers.
Oh yeah, not a flamethrower. Yeah.
The boring company. I didn't know what to make. I didn't really care about him at all. I didn't love him or hate him. I thought it was interesting that he was doing weird shit with. I thought it was interesting that he was putting his car into space. You know what I mean? But that was like as far as that's as far as it went.
Sounded cool. That shit sounded cool and interesting.
Yeah, but that's not even him. He bought. I'm pretty sure he bought SpaceX or something. Like he didn't.
Well, the idea of sending the idea of like commercializing space travel, I thought that would like sound like a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not his idea. You know what I mean? Like that's like we've had that forever. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's disappointing in some ways when you realize like how many people are on board with people just because they're rich. You know what I mean? Like Elon Musk wouldn't have any of these. Like he's not smart at all. He's not charismatic at all. He's very strange as a person. Like every time I hear him speak, it's like. And I can't stress this enough. It's not even like a political thing at all. It literally is just like a genuine like read of a person where like I look at this guy and I'm like, what is there to like about this? I don't know what at most people should be completely indifferent to this guy. You know what I mean? But because he bought Twitter and because he like forces himself into the conversation he's always making some stupid decision that affects millions of other people. That's the only reason people talk about him.
About this, right? And it's ours is more focused on a particular group, but wealth makes people think that you're better than what you are just because you have money.
Oh, for sure, yeah. A million %.
And it's really stupid. Because the idea of like people's idea of like what they need, like wealth is not. I think we've lost the plot as humans, where we think we need wealth instead of like you need comfortability. Like people want extravagance instead of comfortability, and that's a huge problem. I think we've cured as a huge.
Well, wealth is a means to acquire comfortability. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how I feel about it. It's like look. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I don't want a lot of money. Like I want a lot of money, 100%. But I wouldn't.
What's your line though? Like how much money do you want?
If I mean this sincerely, if I had even just, I'm not gonna say $1 billion because that's insane. But if I had like $10 million, I would probably like buy an apartment, you know, or maybe buy like a 3-bedroom house. Yeah, and then probably like the rest of it, I really have no fucking concept of what I would do with it.
I want enough money that like I could just provide for the people I care about, and then that's it.
How much?
You know what I would do? What I would do? I would make this. I would. If I had that amount of money, I would subsidize this entire podcast, and I would just give all of us a crazy salary.
Yeah.
And then that's it for the remainder of our lives. That's sincerely what I would do.
Yeah, 100%.
I would somewhere. I'd find a means that I'd be like, all right, cool. The people I care about are fine. They don't have to worry about bullshit. The kids that want to go to college will be able to go to college. The ones that don't want to go to college will have a chance to be able to create something of their own. And then that's it. I live in a nice.
Can I tell you something? If I had that money, I wouldn't pay. If I had that money and my kids were like, "I want to go to college," I'd be like, "No,
nah, don't do that. That's crazy.
You're not going. You are not. No. It's such a fucking scam. You're like, unless if they wanted to be a doctor or something, I'll put them in college.
Yes,
if they
wanted, it's not such a scam.
No, but for the overwhelming majority of jobs now, it is a massive fucking scam. Go to a trade school instead. Go to a trade school. Don't go to fucking college. Instead of going to high school, go to a trade school. Do that stuff. But like everything else is fucked.
That makes sense. Like I don't think college is a scam. I think the way that people interact with college is entirely stupid, though. It's like you're going there for like what? Like I'm gonna go get drunk and have fun, have a bunch of experience. Like no. My kids are going to college to get
I think sincerely you get more value out of doing that than you do out of going to class.
I think the camaraderie.
I don't even think so. I think so. I think $1 million. Made most of your friends. I think you go there, you get exactly what you need to get done, and then you get the fuck out of there. That's it. You go there, you skip all the bullshit, you get it done, and then you go and you have your career.
The best use of college outside of, again, a very specifically disciplined trade like medicine or I wouldn't even say computer science because you could learn most of computer science off the internet now for free. I would say like unless you're in a situation like that, most of the value that you're going to get out of college is sincerely meeting people, networking, and doing that kind of thing. Like if I could have just not gone to college, if I could have just not spent the money on going to school and instead just went to the campus, you know what I mean? Just to hang out and talk to people, I would have probably made a lot. I would have probably got a lot more out of that. I think, sincerely.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when you just look at statistically,
that's true.
Statistically, just look at how many people are actually using their degrees. It's staggering. It's fucking staggering. I don't know what the statistics is now, but I remember back in the day when I was like researching a lot of this stuff, it was fucking something stupid. It was way more than like 50%.
That's it. Whether it be your networking, whether it be your classes, you don't go. For me, like I never had like a very social time in college. But when I went there, like I graduated, I got my last degree, I think I'm out now, it was a year and a half ago, I think, or about maybe a year ago. Maybe a year and a half ago. No, wait, no. Year and a half ago.
Okay.
Year and a half ago, I got my last degree. I went there and just did what I had to do, bro. I went there just fucking quick moves. Everything I had to focus on, I got it done. No talking to nobody, no like really like existing in.
Yeah, but It was
during COVID.
Right. It was during COVID, and also again, you are in medical field.
Yeah, and guess what? There is a possibility with what we've been doing with the podcast now. There's a possibility that you might be so enthralled with this that you might be like, I'm just going to hang on to my degree. I have it. Awesome.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
not go into the field. And so it's one of those things where it's like, look, great. It's especially in your field, nice to have. And you need to do that. There's no way around it. But for many things.
You wouldn't go to like a self-made doctor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I wouldn't go to a witch doctor. I wouldn't go to somebody that has roots in his room,
you wouldn't be like, oh, I have a surgery, and I need to find somebody to do it. Let me see your reel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
there's only one guy that I've ever seen, not in person, but there's a YouTuber named Derek from More Plates, More Dates, where he's the only person to the point where everybody that talks about him thinks he's actually an endocrinologist or urologist or something, because he's more knowledgeable than most of those people in their field. And people are like, wait, what? You didn't fucking go to school? And he's like, no, I'm just really into this stuff. And it's weird. It's one of those things where it almost doesn't compute to society, because you're so wanting to discredit the guy for not getting the degrees and going through that thing, but he runs circles around people. He's so fucking brilliant in that field. So I'm like, that's crazy. So it is possible, obviously, but I wouldn't recommend it. He's just one of those lucky people, one of those breakthroughs that didn't have to go through that route.
The issue specifically is like, you know, it's such an established area, and it's such an established industry and such an established field that there's so many checks and balances to the point where it's like, look, if somebody's going to cut you open, they better have some authorization from somewhere to do it. You know what I mean? Like if someone's going to dig into my fucking body or replace something, like I don't care how knowledgeable somebody is, like they need to show me some kind of.
If he was doing any type of surgery, any type of patch up work, I don't even want him to draw blood for me, to be honest. Because then the issue becomes like if something goes wrong for whatever reason, because things can go wrong, things can go wrong, dude. Like every time you go under anesthetic, you could die. There's like a chance you could die. Possibility.
There's a chance you could not wake up. So like that's
what I'm hoping for.
That's for like a controlled, ideal environment. So like if something goes wrong with this fucking dude, now it's just your fault.
Yeah, he just throws you in the trash.
I mean? Because you don't.
He just presses like the button, the thing slides up, a chute opens, you slide down, and you see fire. You see like fire come up.
And hey, have you seen this? Have you seen Derek Pilot? Nope, never heard of him. Never heard of him.
I may have seen him once or twice, but I don't know where he is any longer.
Nah, man. Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Never heard of this guy.
I don't know, bro. Now get away from me. I go watch Joe Rogan.
Even with that, right? Like, you can learn computer science online. You can learn. You can take all of the coding shit online. You can find out how to do all that shit online. But then, unfortunately, you could go to like a fucking You could know how to do it. You could 100% know how to code. You could understand the workload. But then at that moment, then it turns into this fucking merit system. Like, did you pay for 4 years to show that you're willing to suffer through pay 4 years for it? And it's like sometimes, like it's possible.
Even that's possible. Very like that is starting to deteriorate now.
It's
that
not.
is like that.
My girlfriend
it is.
does it. Lily does it. Dude.
Your girlfriend does it because she's done it for a while. That is like there are. I swear to you,
that's true. She's been in it more than longer than most people, but
yeah. So like nowadays, it's like sincerely, it's like, bro, if you can demonstrate that you know how to code, like they don't give a shit if you went to somewhere. It's the same thing in game design. Like there are people who like. You don't have to go to school for that shit. Like you don't have to. You do not have to.
I guess you just
helps. It helps for sure, just for your own sake. But there are people who make things like software engineers. All these people, like half of the apps like that you know about.
Independent engineers, I know about that. I know definitely independently that shit happens left and fucking right. Like people that make apps, the people that make certain like firmware or software to do stuff. But I don't know anyone personally that has not went to school that works for a corporation. Exactly. That like just got a job based on like, oh, they show them what they can do. Because I know
what corporation?
I don't know anyone that does that. I don't know. I'm not saying it doesn't common. I just don't know anyone that does that.
Right. I know a handful. of people who got in purely because of like they demonstrated their ability to do what they need to do.
If you have a portfolio or if you know somebody. You can, a lot of times,
dude. A lot of the times, dude. Knowing people is honestly. That's why I say like that's what I mean. That's what I mean by saying like I feel like you could get a lot out of just simply going to a college instead of actually going to college. You know what I mean? Like if you just meet people and you like, I mean, it sucks that this is how it works, but sincerely, like a lot of things are based on like who you know.
Nepo.
Actually,
it's always fucking been that way,
bro.
man.
I am the GOAT. I am Captain Nepotism right here. and I'm happy. I don't give a fuck. Fuck all y'all. Let's have it, niggas. Suck my dick.
As far as knowing somebody, should we talk about who we're gonna have on, and then we can maybe invite them to Patreon and ask a question? Should we talk about that?
Well, yeah, we'll talk about it. Yeah.
You want to mention that? Is that
what are you talking about?
Oh, that didn't make any sense. What I just
said.
I was saying, as far as speaking of who we know, speaking of knowing someone. Should we let our listeners know who we're gonna have on next week, and then maybe let them go to Patreon so they can ask a question or some shit?
Yeah. Go on over to patreon.com/snarktank and ask a question, because we're going to have Dianne Feinstein on the podcast. We're going to have the ghost of Dianne Feinstein.
Yeah.
We're going to ask her all the hard questions.
Yep.
And you can ask questions directly to her on a dedicated thread over on our Patreon if you want to go ahead and check that out.
Yeah, definitely. That's the guess. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
I can't believe we pulled that.
It's you know what? I'm glad I had the foresight to call dibs.
Yeah.
I got first.
Who do you? By the way, who's your contact? Who's your source? How do you get in contact with the dead? That's actually something I've been wanting to know. I don't
in general.
Yeah. How did you do that?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I got a few people I want to talk to. What are you talking about?
Yeah, unfortunately, I only had one use. It was a single-use token.
Oh,
could you imagine like you're sitting next to somebody who's like, "Hey, I got a question, but it's like, what's good, man? How do you like talk to dead people?" It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? It's like
no, but in all,
they're dead. Like, yeah, but like, how do you talk to them?
In all seriousness, we're gonna have Jack's Films on the show super soon, and we have a question. We have a question thread over on Patreon right now. We'll let that populate in the coming days, whatever, and you can go and ask a question over there for his little episode.
Shit!
What?
Damn it! I just remembered. We pushed the show back to Thursday and not.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. We'll figure it out.
All right.
It'll all be said.
Yeah.
There will be time. The question thread already on Patreon in the for Jack is already filling up. So I imagine most of the people who would want to ask questions are already there and they're filling up. But if you want to ask a question, jump on in there.
Yeah.
It's never too late. It's never too late.
It's not too late.
It's never too late unless you get there. I'm gonna delete the question thread the second we're done with it, though. So like if you go there and it's not there, I mean it does mean you were in fact too late. But outside of that, yeah. So I guess I don't know. What do you want to do? You want to jump into some some questions?
Have you guys ever seen makeup tutorials where they like the girls like they put their hands up and then like look at this blush and it's like a.
No,
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You watch makeup tutorials?
You never seen makeup tutorials? Just seen them, like not like watched them. Like,
no, I've heard of the title of some where it says "Get ready with me," and they talk about nothing and they're just putting on makeup.
Yeah, I've seen clips. I've seen clips of it in other people's videos when they reference it, but I haven't sat through an entire fucking makeup tutorial.
What I think we should do? We should make a new kind of tutorial where it's like
a cum shot tutorial.
Yeah, that'd be dope. What about like a distance, like a shooting distance?
Yeah.
There
are ways to manipulate your penis to shoot further.
I've definitely seen it. I've definitely watched squirting distance competitions before when I was like 15.
That one shocked me. I don't understand the concept of the distance.
This is impossible. This is unbelievable,
bro. That was my spiritual awakening in middle school, or I can't remember, 13, 14, something like that. Fucking, there was this chick named Cytheria.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is happening?
She was the GOAT. She had skills to pay the bills, bro. I was like, this is impossible.
She was. You know what's funny? I remember I can't remember what episode it was. There was a video I did where I can't remember what the context was, but I had her video playing, like one of her videos playing on my monitor in the background, just blurred, but the sound was on.
Yeah.
And I was just like ranting over it. I do not remember the context of this at all, but it got age restricted, even though it was like completely blurred and you couldn't see.
Bro, I made a squirt compilation when I first got an editing software in like 07.
I made one.
So this was back when the internet still wasn't that great. You know, Halo 3 just came out. It was okay, but it wasn't. You know, it was to download a bunch of videos and just to cut them up and try to get them to sync up with the music. And there was a band called the Partisan Turbine, like extreme death metal. And so I took one of their songs. This was the MySpace days. And I just synced it up to this heavy-ass fucking song of a bunch of chicks squirting. And it was the band, I sent it to them. They acknowledged it. They shared it. And I was so fucking happy, but that shit's probably MySpace is gone.
Dude, isn't that crazy? Like that is how different the internet was in that time. It was like you could send like, hey, I made this squirting compilation to your music, and then the band would be like, sick, let's share this on our feed. Dude, it was so great. Like, if you really think about it, like, I wish I had the foresight to understand. You ever see The Office? That there's that quote from The Office where it's like it's like a sappy one where it's like, oh man, I wish there was some way to know you were in the good old days before you've actually left them. And it's like I think about that all the time when I think of like the internet in that era, man.
Yeah,
I had no clue how good it was.
That is so true.
Until we can compare it to now. And I don't mean like good in the sense of like functional. It's way more functional now. Yeah. You could do a lot. You could do way more now. But just like the contextualization and like the vibe and like how to use it and what it was used for is so different now. It's
right.
It's so
if I
crazy.
would post that now, people would just be like, oh, horny on main, simp, this, that, not really understanding the context of like, this is just a dumb fucking video that is just, I wanted to just make it because that's what the internet was back in the day, making dumb bullshit. And
I bet, you know what? I bet I've seen that compilation.
Maybe, I mean,
I bet I have.
I fucking wish it existed. I don't remember because I posted it on a specific site. I don't remember what it could.
It definitely got re-uploaded. You know how that works, man.
Yeah, I just
like it's dude. That I was sincerely fascinated by that concept for a good like 3 years of my life. Like I was just like, what is? It wasn't even like, oh, I love this. It was just like, is this is this possible? Like, what is going on?
Yeah,
how common is this?
Shooters, bro. Shooters.
Like I've never encountered a woman that could like do it like the porn. That could squirt like fucking like a fountain.
I've seen it in person twice.
I've seen it in person twice.
It's wild.
Yeah. It's pretty shocking.
Wait. Okay, both of you were talking like almost like you saw the same thing.
No.
Okay, I was like, yo, what is this? Tell me.
Definitely dated girls that like they've
You've dated fucking like Cytheria like rocket squirters.
Yep.
Not the rockets, but like gushers.
Like okay. No, I wanted to be clear because I've
had one rocket. I've had one rocket.
That's what I'm talking about. That crazy shit because I've seen like okay, here's this a splash, a little stream, but I'm talking about that.
Like imagine someone turns on the faucet full blast,
bro.
Imagine somebody turns on the faucet full blast real quick, real quick.
You ever think about being the camera crew and shit like? Like, do you think they just get pissed off? Because I would see sometimes like the camera get like it would be. I mean, I guess you have to be into it. But what if this is just your job? You're just a videographer, and all of a sudden now you're getting squirt all over you. You're like, fuck, man, what the fuck?
I would come on a camera guy all the time. I would come on a camera guy all the time.
You know what's crazy? That would be such a funny gimmick, specifically in 2006.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if your career began before 2006 and ended in 2007. You would be safe. You would be like a beloved porn star, probably, because you would have this like, oh, that's the guy. That's the guy whose gimmick is he redirects to the camera guy. That's that guy. That's his whole gimmick.
I've seen.
But now,
I've seen porns where you go on the. So one time, my friend was like, "Yo, dude, go to the funny section. The shit on there is actually funny." And I was like, "All right, cool." So I went on the funny section one time, and it was these two guys fucking this girl, and the guy. For some reason, he pulled out on a girl and he was jacking it on her face, and he came directly on the other guy's face. And the guy got up and he was fucking fuming, like, curses, got fucking done, man. He got up and he walked out. And I kid you not, I laughed for like 20 minutes. Like that was like one of the few times I almost laughed till I pissed myself.
That
like
sounds great.
That dude, you can see it flying through the air and plopping on the guy. And it's like, youch, dude.
Yeah, man.
That's why they get up. That's why whenever someone come, they all get up and they move away.
But that's
your natural response to
I'll
that
give
happening,
him credit though, because that's probably white hot rage for me. That's like I'm not even thinking. You know, there was my friend's relative in Mexico busted down a door or whatever on a guy molesting a kid, and he beat him till he blacked out. He doesn't remember. He doesn't remember what he did because he was so white hot angry he forgot everything. And I imagine I'd be the same if someone came on my face. I wouldn't
What's
know.
Crazy
I
that
wouldn't
I still
know
would
happening.
rather. I asked a bunch of my friends.
Yeah.
Would you rather get shot or came on? And my brain knows it's stupid, but I'd rather someone shoot me than come on me.
Okay. Where am I getting shot?
I don't care.
See, here's the thing. I'll take a shot in the arm. I'll take a shot in the arm rather than a shot in the face. But anywhere else, I don't want to get shot anywhere else, though.
Would you rather someone busts a fat one in the front of your face, like to the point that when it hits you, it stings? That's how fucking fast it's moving. Or would you rather get shot in the stomach?
Oh, I'm taking cum in the face. I don't want to get shot in the stomach.
I'm taking that fucking bullet. I'm taking that bullet. I think I'll heal. I think
okay, no, with the hollow point, so it shreds your insides.
Derek, no, not with a hollow point.
Kingston, I don't think you understand how lethal a shot to the stomach.
A shot to the stomach is so bad.
I don't think you understand how lethal a shot in the stomach.
It is the most painful. Leaking everywhere. Fuck that, bro.
you're digesting yourself basically.
And the guy's just holding his dick ready to bust, and he's all sad because he took the gunshot instead.
The thing about being shot,
he's fucking torqued. He's like, dude, I gotta put this somewhere.
here's okay. So here's the thing about it. In the scenario of being shot, you're gone. You're just dead. You're either dead.
No, that's not true.
Kingston, listen to me. Let me finish the fucking statement. You're either shot in the stomach and you're dead, or you're immobilized. Like, you're not doing anything. You're on the ground. You have to wait for somehow. You have to wait for like the ambulance to come get you, miraculously save your life, and then you're in debt like what, hundreds of thousands of dollars probably for in our fucking healthcare system. You're fucked. There's no insurance for that really. Or you get hit with a load, and then that's embarrassing for exactly, dude. That's exactly 3 seconds before and then you're immediately back to normal, and then you're white hot, and then you can attack. You can attack
Chris,
that person.
Chris,
I would rather be able to attack.
No. What happens?
I'd rather be able to attack.
No. But what happens is a mirror lowers right in front of you right after you get cummed on. So you get cummed on, and a mirror shows up, so you see yourself like that.
Okay, yeah, let's up the stakes.
You're looking at a freshly cummed on version of yourself right in the eyes. You can't look away. You gotta look at it.
I don't want to die.
You
gotta look at it.
8K cameras. There are 8K cameras streaming on Kick, Twitch, and all the other places.
Into your pores.
There is a multicast. We gotta up the stakes because getting shot in the stomach is so crazy. So to even
how about this? Nah, dude. I think I'd rather
would I
get shot
survive?
in the stomach.
Here's the thing. Would I survive?
So it'll be okay. It's a 22. You're getting shot by a 22, so most likely you will survive. It's just a 22, not a 38, not a 45 where your stomach will be completely gone. Like, just let's say you'll get shot with a 22, so the odds are you probably will survive.
That's a lot. That's a pretty strong pistol, bro.
A 22 is like the weakest of.
That's the weakest one. What were you thinking you were gonna get shot with, Kingston?
Like a 9, like a Glock 9.
Are
those 22 caliber bullets?
Yeah, we're talking about a 22. Yeah, we're talking about 22. Like, just that's the weakest one. Usually, people having a pussy rifle,
I thought
a pussy gun, like an ankle gun, and like pew pew, and still penetrates you, but it's like not intended to kill you.
Yeah, it's not. You're not. We're not talking about like squirrel. You know what I mean? Like things you bludgeon squirrels at long distance with. Like we're talking about like. Yeah, a real bullet that shreds your insides.
It's something that will it'll fuck you up, but most likely it won't kill you.
I gotta be real, man. I don't know if I have it in me to suffer the pain of a gunshot, man. That's like I feel like that would change me entirely.
I think I can get shot in the arm. I think like and I'm talking and I mean from like say
get my left arm. You can shoot me in my left arm.
If you're facing me, for example, like I just want it to be okay. Look at like if it's just we knowing it. Let's say it's gonna be a flesh wound, meaning that it is directed only at your muscle. It's just gonna shred your muscle, maybe put a hole in you. It's not gonna shatter your bone. Do you think you can do that?
Oh, 22. This is for like fucking.
I guess.
I
guess.
I bet you can do it because I learned through doing injections, through doing testosterone. I learned that like you don't feel pain in your muscles when you're fucking just sticking a needle in it. Which,
dude, I'm not worried about the immediate pain. I'm worried about like after. I'm worried about how it's going to feel when I go to bed that night, or like when I'm in the hospital for weeks and like
you'll be
learning how to move my arm again and understanding that it'll never be as strong as it was.
I think you'll be okay if it's just a flesh wound, brother. Like if you just get shot, if you get a 22 to your shoulder that just impales your shoulder, there's a lot of meat there, I think you'll be all right. Like it's gonna fucking burn.
But the thing is, it's like I'm so thin that like you would have to shoot very specifically to
That's what
get
I'm saying.
Just
we're going
my
to so
muscle.
they're gonna do this is like a controlled thing. Like the guy. So let's just say there's this fucking freak that busts into your apartment and he's jacking off and he's like, "Hey, I can either shoot you in the fucking arm right now in your shoulder, or I can come on your face, motherfucker." And then he says specifically. I'm going to turn on your stream right now so you can see it happen. So what would you rather people see? You get shot in the arm,
and what's crazy
or
is
get
that
the
cum shot concusses you. That's how much fucking raw nut he's shooting at you. That's how much rope is slinging at you, bro.
We're getting so ridiculous.
He's shooting rope like Spider-Man, bro.
Yeah, but look,
you know when Spider-Man
I just want to
say against walls, it's like that.
If we're talking about shootings, though, we have to bring this up, and I totally forgot about this. This was such a fucking bizarre thing that I saw in pop culture, in society.
Shooting?
So it's everybody hates prank YouTubers or pranksters, just prank content creators. And I know, exactly. We forgot about this, dude.
That video, was that real? Wait, that was a real thing?
Yes, totally.
I thought I dreamed that.
Jail.
I saw it and I got stressed. And I went to bed right afterwards. It was like a late night Twitter thing.
Yeah, the context for people who don't know is that there's a video of a YouTube prankster who went up to somebody in some mall blasting. I don't know what the exact nature of the prank was. He was holding his phone up to strangers in a mall and like blasting some weird,
some audio,
some MP3, like some audio. I don't know. And he kept holding it up to people's faces. And it's for a YouTube prank. And he went up to some guy in a mall food court, and then he went up to him like 3 times, put his phone into his face, and then the guy turns around and just shoots him in the stomach. And everybody was just like, yeah.
You know what I liked about this video? Like the YouTube prankster, he says like, and here's the thing, because you never know what you're gonna do when you get shot, right? But like he said, "Ow!" Like there was something funny about saying "ow" when you get shot. He's like,
"Ouch!"
"Ow!" And I was like, "Oh, that." like he stubbed his fucking toe. He just got shot, dude. It's so crazy though because this guy, like, you know, we say 0 to 100, or this guy like 0 to 1,000,000. Like this guy's harassing you with the phone, and he just shoots something.
Dude,
he's itching. That guy's itching to shoot somebody, man. Like the thing is,
Vega post that. I saw Vega post that.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, man," I was like, "Vega, is this what Florida's like?" And he was like, "Exactly like this."
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I feel a number of ways about this.
Me too.
So I feel like I don't feel bad for the YouTuber at all.
Nobody
does.
Like
sincerely. Like
I don't feel no one feel bad for him.
I don't feel bad. I feel like even he would be. I feel like even he, once he's fully recovered because he survived. Like I feel like he would go on camera and be like, I deserve that probably.
Yeah.
Like because he's probably been humbled, right?
Yeah.
Because I saw people being like, it's not okay to shoot people just because they're annoying you, and that I agree.
Of course.
But there's a difference. There's a difference between annoying
and bothering.
And harassment.
Yeah.
Which is what he's fucking doing. And he goes away. You could see him walk away from the guy, or the guy walk away from the prankster like 2 separate times, clearly indicating like, look, man, leave me alone. And then he does it again, leave me alone. Walks away.
Did you imagine that huge smile on his face? He was like, "Go away."
He goes like,
"Go
look, man,
away."
three strikes, you're out, man. Like, don't invade people's personal space, because you have to understand, like, you don't know what the fuck this guy. You don't know anybody else's intentions,
right?
Okay, you don't know, like, they're not aware that you're approaching them in jest. Okay, so he doesn't know if he's in danger or not. Granted, it's crazy for him to assume that if he's in the middle of a mall, like. There's a lot of reasons why it would be safe to assume you're not in danger, but at the same time, you never know. So I can't feel bad for the guy. I can't feel bad for the guy that got shot. On the other hand, I also think that was really quick. Like he could have pulled the gun out and been like, "Listen, I got a gun. Leave me the fuck alone."
Yes, bare minimum.
That's if I was in that situation and I was that angry, that's probably what I would do. You know, I'd be like, "All right, listen, I'm packing. Leave me alone, or I will shoot you."
Look, man,
and then they'll go away, and then it'll be fine. That's the maximum I can imagine going to. But the fact that like, because he didn't even say anything. He just backed away, and then shot him.
No. He said he knocked his camera away. He was like, "Hey, stop." He was like, "Seriously, stop." And then before he even finished, stop. The second time he took the gun out and shot him.
But no warning. I bet
he had a grin on. He was like, "Go away, leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm defenseless. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me."
It says a lot about the guy. It says a lot about the guy that he would pull his gun out that quickly to shoot someone that he knows is not actually threatening him. But then it also, at the same time, it also makes me think that, this guy probably either was around police officers or something adjacent to them, because whenever you see those motherfuckers literally say, "Oh, my life was in danger," and I always say, "Oh, what an excuse, you just want to kill someone." And I'm like, was that this guy, or did he actually, or are these guys just that much of cowards? Like, is he just so much of a coward that he literally felt threatened to where he just
probably
pulled out? Because this is weird. We don't
know this guy's experience. Because
we don't know. But the thing is, here's the thing though.
He could have gotten attacked before. He could have got assaulted.
Look,
before.
man,
not justifying what happened, but we don't know what.
Well, here's the thing.
Experience.
With guns, this is why I don't. You know, people, Second Amendment people get so mad at this, but I feel like people on average are too dumb and too irresponsible. I feel like they should be carrying weapons. I just don't feel. I would feel better.
Oh, dude, they're barely responsible enough to have cars.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're barely responsible enough to even put on their clothes properly. That's true. Look, I would say at the least, this is what I'd be comfortable with. I know this is fantasy. We're going into fantasy land now. That people can just have swords and shit. Like, I would feel more because to wield a sword and to be able to actually cut somebody down, it takes way more effort, and it gives other people a chance to defend themselves too, other than this some motherfucker, because there's an endless amount of content. Of somebody just being mad. I literally saw a video yesterday of a guy parking in another person's spot, like, "Hey, I was gonna do that," and then the other guy just gets out and shoots him. And it's like, I can't believe what happened to, like, if I was the guy that was being harassed with the phone, it feels much more satisfying, in my opinion, to break his jaw, or at least break my hand punching him so fucking hard, where it's like I put all of my force, my soul into this.
You say this?
Yeah.
But I've been wreaking absolute havoc with a sword in Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, okay.
Bro, I've been especially now,
causing havoc.
It is derangement what you can do with a sword. Because you can deflect bullets and shit back. Like, it's insane what you can do with a sword now.
Dude, deflecting bullets back at people with a sword is so fucking cool.
Look,
anyway, I could do that in real life if I tried. But
if it was real life, that would be great.
The idea of everybody having swords, because the thing is this, like that, right? I would never fight someone fair with a sword. I would never. I would be known for throwing sand in people's eyes. Like, people would fight me blindfolded. Because they have a better advantage than looking at me straight in the eye. I'm putting sand in your eye. I'm spitting your irises. I'm tripping you.
Don't feel confident?
I'm pissing on your feet so you slip. I'm doing out in the middle of a clinch. I will piss myself so you'll slip. I will do everything to make sure I win.
Kingston's too big of a target to fight fair with swords.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, it's not
cheating, dude.
It's not possible.
You just don't feel confident in your abilities to wield a sword?
No.
To wield a blade?
I'm already 30. I'm not experienced with a sword yet. So I don't feel confident.
No.
I don't.
Look, in our fantasy world, if this was the norm, day one we're training. Day one, we're training with swords. Like,
if imagine your parents don't train to make you a farmer or some shit. It's like, Mom and Dad, you fucking idiots. There's gonna be a war. They're gonna take me. I can't fight. What have you done? You killed me.
Go down. You could do a lot of damage with a rake.
Kingston's son, I do not want you to go down the path that I went down. You're like, well,
I'm like, you fucking idiots.
Dad, why are you Japanese?
Idiots.
What happened?
Dad, why are you? What the fuck?
What happened?
Why are you Japanese? Why are you?
It's like those videos. It's like this. You ever see those? You ever see those videos of the people like those TikTok videos of people going up to like fedoras on a rack and being like, "Oh, look, it's a hat," and then they put it on and it's like, "I think I really like this."
I have not seen that. That's great.
I love that.
Widowy.
Wait.
We should mention the guy the guy that shot the prankster.
Yeah,
he got acquitted of attempted murder.
Yeah.
So a jury were like, yeah, this guy sucks, so we get it. And then he's just he might go to jail for a couple of years for unlawfully discharging in a public thing, kind of like the Boogie 2988 thing. You remember that when he? He said he fired a warning shot, but that's like not real life. You can't just fire a gun and be like, that was a warning. Like, in what world do you think that's a real thing? Like, that's a movie.
Now, can you do that with a gun that has blanks in it? Is it illegal to fire blanks as a warning shot?
I think. You probably get charged for that, but I don't know what the charge would be, because it would still be some type of disrupting the peace thing, some type of aggravated something. I don't know.
I guess
it would, because the intent of scaring somebody like that, it would be some type of charge. You would have to ask somebody who's in the law and shit.
Do you see this?
Is that a blunt?
Do you know what this is?
Is that a Lancer?
Do you guys recognize what this is at all?
Oh, that's fucking Warhammer.
Yeah.
That's Warhammer. That's a fucking Space Marine.
So this is a Space Marine Warhammer USB.
When the fuck did you get into that shit?
I didn't. I have it. I just kind of found it. But you know what's awesome about this?
What?
4 gigabytes. So it's fucking useless.
How old is that thing?
This is from a time. This is from a time where it would have made sense to make something branded like this that held 4 gigabytes. So it's probably like 2005 maybe.
I imagine it's when the first Space Marine game came out. Maybe,
yeah. Well, like this is like old.
Game came out like. Were the USB drives then?
I'm thinking 2011 or something.
No, first Space Marine came out before that, Derek.
Let me see. The Space Marine 2 is just coming out, isn't it?
So this is for
2011.
Warhammer.
2011 September 2011. Warhammer Space. That's Space Marine. Wait, what?
It comes with a box. So it says.
Yeah, Space Marine came out in 2011.
So look, I have. It comes in the box. So this is. What's the copyright on this? 4 gigabyte USB. Is there no copyright? Games Workshop Limited 2016, published by Sega.
2016?
2016 is way too late for 4 gigabytes to be useful.
That's crazy. That just must be a little...
I have a USB that is for 3D models. Like, I put 3D models on them. I render them on like my 3D, I format them on like my 3D program. And that's 32 gigs for the 3D models. Imagine that. Yeah. You have that, and it's here's 4 gigs.
4 gigs is basically a floppy disk.
19 songs on this.
That might as well be a fucking floppy disk, bro.
4 gigs probably isn't even enough to put Windows on.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know.
Right. You're totally right.
I really don't know what this. Maybe this is like a 2-factor identification key. You know what I mean? Like that's all I can imagine this being useful for. But
yeah. Yo, you remember floppies? Did you ever experience floppies?
We were a little too small.
I had my parents had floppies, but we never used them. Like I was never in a position to use them for any real reason.
It was bizarre because even in high school, like we were done with them. Like I would say freshman year, sophomore years, we were completely done. But for whatever reason, my senior year project, my dumbass teacher, probably because he was a hipster, he was one of these nerds that grew up and became a little bit handsome. But he was just a massive nerd. I mean, Spider-Man and all this dumb bullshit. He was into Firefly and stuff. Respect. He wore cowboy boots. And then he was basically only impressing the girls that were at the high school. Like, oh, he's so hot. And we're like, oh, I get it now. But this dude, for whatever reasons, like, your senior project needs to be on a fucking floppy. And I'm like, why? Why the fuck? Why? Like we've been in disc for years. What are you talking about?
Dude, forget about that, dude. Like when I was in college in 2011 into 2012 into 2013, we had to, for our film class, we were recording on camcorders that recorded directly to cassette tape.
Oh, wow.
And we had to like go into there was like a whole room dedicated to like transferring tape to digital so that we could then edit it in Premiere. And to be fair, it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool learning how to do it, and there was something neat about it.
So dumb.
But I remember for our final sleeping at the school. I slept in the editing room, like converting all of this fucking footage to digital, and it took so long. And so I have this deep appreciation for how quickly how quickly we can get something from like a camera onto an SD onto a computer. Because I'm just like, oh my God. I remember sleeping for an entire weekend waiting for just 3 hours of footage to fucking decode.
That's gross. Bro, I have audio cassettes. I have like 10, 15 plus and I bought a converter just so I can preserve all of this audio, because one of these days these may not work. I just haven't got around to it, man. Just because I know it's gonna. I don't preserve anything. It's gonna take me so long to fucking do it, because you have to just let it play. And I'm talking about, this is fucking hours of riffs, fucking around with my friends back in middle school, like bits and stuff. Fucking entire sets of stuff, and I'm like, oh fuck. And it's just been sitting there. For I bought this thing years ago, and I haven't used it yet. I feel like I should just pay somebody to do it.
I feel like my parents still have my old computer that has like all of my original YouTube videos on it, like from 2007.
You gotta unearth
and
that
I'm really so curious to go in there, because I know there's like a bunch of stuff that I used to just make videos just for me, literally.
Yeah.
So like I'm really curious about like what survived. I kind of wish I had. Like, I wish I had a surefire way of getting to them, but like, dude, I really don't know if they're alive anymore.
Made me remember, me and my brother used to make stop motion videos of like, it would be what were those things called, Bionicles and and whatever those we had those bullshits, and we would make one of the best ones was a police brutality. It was the shit. Like, we had these like cars that these model cars, and then basically we had the cops stop the Bionicles and beat the absolute fuck out of them and run them over and shit. It was dope. It was just like, we were kids,
dude, it's fun. Dude, I remember, dude, we used to make videos. I used to make videos on the iToy on the PlayStation 2.
You mean a police brutality Bionicle set?
It is kind of funny thinking about that, dude. So I was just looking at. So I was actually gonna buy a PS2. But the guy's just a little far.
I was thinking about that too.
I just didn't want to drive. I was going to buy it from a guy because he was selling one for $80, and I was like, "This is a fucking great deal for what he was." The stuff that came with it. No, look at the market.
That's a good price for a PS2.
Yeah, look at the market too. Especially
PSP. I went over to the store because I was looking for a PSP, because I was like, man, I want to play Wipeout Pure, which is like one of my favorite games. So cool. Like it's my favorite Wipeout game too, and it's just stranded on the PSP. You can emulate it too, but it's not the
same.
It's not the same. You want like the thing, but like I went to, and they were selling a new model, never been opened, for like $400-$300. So like, whoa. $80 for a functioning PS2 is not bad at all.
Yeah, I just want to. I have all my memory cards still, and I want to specifically. I think we talked about this in an episode before. There was the. PlayStation had that DAW, that digital audio workstation, called like Mixer or something. Yeah, PS2.
Oh, the music game that I had, right?
Yeah, the Music Maker or some shit like that. Yeah,
it was the one that I pulled out on the show, right?
Yeah, it was the one you pulled
when
out.
I was home.
Yeah, it was that. And I've been wanting to. I was like, it's time for me to hear the songs that I've made. I remember making one that was so chaotic, and I was like, it's time. And the guy was too far, the PS2 guy. I wasn't going to drive all the way fucking down. He's all the way south of Vegas. I'm all the way in the north. So I'm actually considering possibly just buying one online, but they're kind of pricey, dude. Like, you can get, like, if you want to get one that's, like, boxed or anything like that, you're probably looking at, like, $160 or something.
I might do that.
And I'm just like, huh? I
might do that. I don't need a PS2, but I might do that.
I mean, it's nice to have. It's nice to have, but I regret selling mine back when I quit my job at the time, and I just sold a bunch of stuff, and I sold like a bunch of games.
Like, I bought my 3DS. I don't play it very much.
Yeah, it's just kind of like the principle, right? You just have it. It's
yeah,
like
but here's the thing. It's like it's the thing. The thing about that is like you buy it, and you might not play it much at all, right? But don't ever sell that shit. Yeah. Like my genuine advice to people, even going into this weird era where we're not even sure if we're gonna have consoles in like 20 years,
right?
Because things are kind of becoming a little bit more not streamlined, but like a little bit more nebulous. Like you can access your Xbox account on PC and stuff like that. But even in this scenario, like if you get hardware, keep it. Even if you're never going to use it again, even if you keep it in a box forever. I have never regretted going home, looking at all of the stuff that I had and being like, oh man, I'm really bummed that I had this. I've only ever been like, fuck, I can't believe I let my cousin borrow my PSP. for nothing and then just didn't care to follow up. I can't believe I sold my N64. I can't believe I sold this fucking disc. I can't believe that will always bother me, but I have never once in my life been like, oh man, I have 2 Game Boy Colors. Yeah. Why do I have these? Right. It's always just cool to have them.
100%.
So my honestly, really like hardware,
I really have to
keep it. Yeah, go ahead. Go piss. Go piss.
I'll be
it's not a big deal.
Back.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Don't do or say weird shit while I'm gone.
Get out of here.
You shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said that.
Go piss.
You fucked up. You shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, what a
bitch ass nigga.
God,
bitch ass nigga. Fuck you, nigga.
What a stupid moron. What a fucking idiot.
Look at this guy. I hope he slips right now. He just fucking
he slips on his carpet. He slips on his carpet.
Just knocked out.
That would be an amazing. I wish I had the patience to do like orchestrate a prank like that. Be like where it's like, hey, I got to go to the bathroom, guys, and then just like immediately cut, like somehow like match the transition to like a shot of me sitting here exactly the same.
Yeah.
But like that I recorded earlier and like had like a bunch of special effects and editing done where like I slip and like my like a pool of blood like pools up behind me.
That'd be
so like you guys think I died.
That'd be great.
That'd be an amazing. I don't have the patience or the technical skill to even.
How about a little bit
of
of fake blood from the Halloween store? You just when you slip, your arms by your head on the part that you can't see, you know, that's obstructed.
That's true. Yeah,
and then you just squeeze it and let it leak
out. Dude, that'd be so sick.
Yeah, that would be fucking awesome. I would love to. We could prank Kingston like that. That'd be great.
That's I guess. I don't know. I wonder if he would even believe it. You know what's crazy? I have so much fake blood.
Why?
It is absurd. Just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case.
All right. I mean, why not? Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know. It makes for good videos sometimes. But like I don't always have a use for it. But like if I ever have an idea, I want to know that I could just like go into a closet and find it instead of just being like, oh, I got to place an order now for fucking fake blood.
Yeah.
Like an asshole. I have so much of it at home specifically.
There you go.
In New York.
I've been getting these weird ads on Twitter that they're like these long fingers for Halloween. I don't know if you've seen them. They're like kind of like almost like they move kind of independently, but they're like long. They look like creepy witch kind of demon finger things.
Oh, yeah.
I have no reason to buy them, but I want one.
I want one. I'm looking at them now. I have not seen them in motion at all, but I can imagine them in motion, and I want them.
Yeah. I almost pulled out my card to buy. I was like, what am I going to use this for?
That honestly looks kind of. I don't know, man. You might have sold me on this.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of dope, right?
We're talking about these like these really long Halloween fingers, like the really long ones that like articulate.
Yeah. You seen those?
Hmm? Yeah, they look cool, man. You know what they remind me of? They remind me of this. They remind me of this toy I had. I'm so sad I lost it, or like I think it broke really soon after because I was being really fucking violent with it. It was in like 2004 or 2005. They were selling. You know how they used to sell like claw grabbers?
Yeah.
Like there's that famous one where it's just like the black stick with like the yellow handle and like the red kind of.
Yeah.
There was one that was like licensed for Spider-Man 2 that was like a Dr. Octopus tentacle, and it was like you could fully articulate it and like move it around.
Oh shit!
And it was the fucking. It was the coolest fucking thing that I remember as a kid, outside of like the Spider-Man like web shooter, which was cool until it shot really, and then you were like, oh, I can't swing from this. This is kind of but. That thing was so cool, and I think it broke because I would hit my friends with it. I would because there's that scene in Spider-Man 2 where he gets like hit in the chest with it.
Yeah.
And me and my friends would reenact that all the time.
So basically, you're saying you're gonna buy it again. You're gonna find it and buy it.
I have not been able to find it. Is the thing. Like let me see if I could.
If I start buying toys again, that's it. That's
the thing. That's the thing. That's also it's like
my imagination is so refined now that if I start buying toys again, there will be days where Lily will come in the bedroom and I'll have my toys out playing with them, and she'll be like, "Oh, I'm dating a child for real,"
Yep.
and she'll kick me out, so I can't. So this is that's a slope I can't start on again.
This isn't the one that I'm thinking of because it's a lot simpler and it doesn't articulate as much, but it's this was basically it. I put in the Riverside chat. Let's see. Like this is like a cheaper version of it, but it was so fucking cool.
That's cool as fuck.
I was such an asshole with that thing, man. Because like the one that I had like bends in the individual. It's like the fingers. It's had bends in the individual things.
Interesting.
It wasn't you couldn't do them independently, but you could do them all as like one. Like they would all open and then they would all like do that and then they would. You know what I mean? But it was so cool.
I think I'm gonna buy a Spider-Man costume, but then cut out the crotch. I think that'd be pretty dope.
I think
that'd be pretty dope.
So let's move on to questions.
But you just always just kind of like, but you just tug on it a little bit, so you always kind of like you semi, so people can think that you got like a good piece, even if it's cold.
Yeah. Speaking of semis, actually,
you tug on it all the time.
The Florida man wrote in. He says, "Hello there, my favorite degenerates. When a Dragon Ball character powers up, we always see their clothes flapping upward. Do you think their dicks remain stationary, or do they flap like those two balloon guys from car dealerships?"
I think their
dicks don't. I think their dicks are so strong, and they have such strong cocks that they don't flap up. I think their dicks stay still.
I think they do flap up. I think, in fact, they flap up more than normal. I think they wiggle like this. I think they go like that.
Yeah.
Like a little wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. I think for sure that's what happened.
So they don't move at all. They just stay still. They point forward, but they don't go up. They just point forward.
It's heavy fucking penises.
They point towards the direction of the threat. That's how they know.
They got heavy fat.
I think they don't have penises anymore. I think their tails were actually not tails, and it's actually kind of rude that they. Because that's how they would mate, dude. They would turn into those big monkeys and fuck, and that's how they would spread their seed.
But how did Gohan, Goku, and Vegeta have kids after they had no
adopted?
So they're all a bunch of whores, and they're sleeping around and saying those are their kids. Like that looks nothing. Trunks looks nothing like Vegeta. Gohan, sure.
You know what's crazy? Actually, Trunks' face is Vegeta's face. It's actually fucking ridiculous. They have the same face. They have the same facial structure. Actually, it's
Jesus
hilarious.
Christ! Now I gotta look that up. I gotta see if we can swap their hairs. If I swap their
the only difference between those characters is their hair. Literally, like it's their hairs.
Gohan's hair is different because I think he's like more human, air quotes more human than Goten is. But Goten is straight up just a little Goku, but not as tan.
Yeah, Goku is just Goten's just Goku. That's just lazy.
He's just not as tan Goku. That's it.
Goten literally was like just such an afterthought. It's crazy.
It's insane that they forgot to age him in Super. That's how much of an afterthought he was. They forgot to age them in Super. And then when Superhero came out, they were finally teenagers. And it's like, what the fuck?
Well, no, they didn't. I thought they didn't age them in Super on purpose. Because doesn't Super take place in between the end of the Buu saga and the
end of Z
and the Oob thing?
That's true. Yeah. Technically it does. But what happens,
which is so stupid, by the way. I hate that. I really hate that.
Years. Yeah. It was 3 years after the end of Z. It's 3 years after the end of Z.
So they should.
Okay.
Yeah, but in cartoon years, that's nothing.
But what happens is Gohan visibly looked different. He didn't grow. Yeah, he didn't grow, but he looked different by the time By the time he was 8, he looked different already.
I get to the point with these things.
Yeah,
I get to the point. I get to the point with these things where it's like I don't know, man. Homer Simpson was born in the fucking 90s now. You know what I mean? Like it's
or something. Yeah.
It's. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember when he was in like a band. He was in a grunge band.
He was in a grunge band. That's his new origin.
What the fuck is going on?
That's so crazy.
It's so weird seeing that, like, because I read Spider-Man for a long time, right? And like Spider-Man, like them showing flashbacks of Peter Parker being like 15-year-old Peter Parker, dressed like a fucking Poindexter from the fucking 40s. And I'm like, no, if Spider-Man is in the modern world right now where there are cell phones he did not look like that 13 years ago. Because Spider-Man's only like 28 years old in comics for some reason, because they think that's interesting still. So he's just like, I'm 30 years old. 15 years ago, I got bit by a spider. It's like, nah, bro, you got bit by a spider like 65 years ago, bro. Stop. No one dressed like you did 15 years ago. You would have got beaten to death if you dressed like that.
Yeah, he would have been killed. Yeah, he would have been murdered.
Maybe not in Queens. Maybe if he lived in Queens, he might not have been murdered. But he would have definitely been beat up a lot.
Queens, he would have been murdered still. I just don't think it would have been the same thing. Like, I think it would have been like like a bully just went too far by accident. You know what I mean? Where I don't think he was gonna get necessarily like shot or anything, but he was definitely gonna get like a swirly, and the guy was gonna hold him underwater too long.
The idea of a bully, the idea of a bully giving you a wedgie and going too far and breaking your spine is crazy. Like, we're just giving him a wedgie, and it's like, yeah, but you broke his spine. We thought he was kidding about being in pain, and he just snapped in two.
Dude, imagine the idea of getting a wedgie is so
vile.
That is so violent that it kills you is pretty immaculate. I love that idea.
I've seen people get their underwears ripped out from wedgies. Definitely seen it happen more than once. Gave him away to his underwear.
What if the underwear cut through you?
His underwear pretty much like
you in
up
half.
here. And it was like, what the fuck, dude? They were like, yo, I gotta go home, man. And it's like, all right, bro.
First your ass rips, then your balls, and then starts tearing through your fucking bowels.
He gives you a wedgie, rips your pants, then goes and tears your balls. That's the whole wedgie experience. You gotta lose your balls. You gotta become a eunuch. What's the next one, Chris?
The bullies.
Yeah, I'm looking through. I'm looking through some of them. Since it's Halloween, since it's like October, we're getting a lot of Halloween ones. Arburator wrote in. Aberrator? Yeah, Aberrator wrote in. He says, "What's up, you snarky fucks?" I'm just gonna go ahead and ask the most obvious and easy possible question. What's the craziest / stupidest Halloween, or what's the craziest and or stupidest story you have related to Halloween? Trick or treating, parties, haunted houses, whatever you can think of. I specifically have a memory of being in so this was at the Cross County Fair.
Damn.
I think it was called the Cross County Fair. It was whatever fair happens in Cross County around this time. Counter. This is in Yonkers. And I remember going, and there was this haunted house next to a hall of mirrors, right? So, like, you know how haunted houses are. They're really fucking loud. They're blaring. You know, they have all this audio and stuff. And I was like, all right, I'm not going to do that. I'm a bit of a pussy. I'm a child. I don't want to deal with that right now. And so I remember going into the hall of mirrors and the power going out in the hall of mirrors.
Nice.
So it was dark, disorienting, and all I could hear was this like screaming and this like evil laughter and these like ominous noises in this fucking disorienting hall of darkness and false reflections. And it was it's probably the most scared I think I've ever been, sincerely.
Nice.
Was in that, because I was just like, I was trying to get the fuck out, and like every, you know how fucking hall of mirrors are, every couple of steps is like a violent fucking crash, and you're just like, oh my god, how do I get out of here?
Yeah.
And I think that was the age that I realized, like, I don't cry for specific reasons. Like, I don't, like, if I'm terrified, I'm not going to scream. If I'm hurt, I'm not going to cry. I just remember being like white hot anxious and silent, just like silently trying to like get my way out of this fucking hall of mirrors. Yeah. And it was so stressful that by the time I got out, I was like, I'm not hungry anymore. I just want to go home. This was 8 minutes ago.
This was this morning. The idea.
This was this morning, in fact.
The idea. So for something that bothers is that people that actually yell when they get scared. Like, Lily's afraid of bugs. Now that she's a bug, she
screamers?
actually yells. And I'm like, you actually yelled. You actually yelled.
I don't mind a yell. What I don't like is the persistent yelling. Like, it's like, to me, it's like, if
Are you talking about
like
screaming, or what do you mean by yelling?
He's talking about screaming. Yeah, he speaks stupid.
Screaming. But sorry, yelling and screaming are different. They are different. Yes, I keep forgetting that.
So it's one thing to be like, because like I will, if you catch me off guard, you have to. To be fair, you have to catch me really, really, really off guard to get me to yell or scream. But I will be like, whoa. You know, like, or something like that.
Oh,
but
hey.
Whoa, hey, whoa.
I don't do that.
But
You've scared
dude,
me several times.
Yeah, but you go immediately like you like when I'm scared.
I have a stance.
When we live together, like sometimes I would because I'm really quiet. I don't weigh a lot. I don't make a lot of sound, so I can sneak up on people really easily, even if I'm not trying to.
Yeah.
So like sometimes I'll get an itch to scare somebody, and I'll do it, and it'll be successful most of the time. And so there were times where Kingston and I were living together, and I would hide behind something and just not do anything, and just like let him see me and catch him by surprise. And he would go like this. He'd go like if you're on the video, you could see this. He would go like. Like he would like arch his like almost ready to like throw a punch.
What the hell is that? It looks like
I do this.
A chicken.
I do this stance, and I don't know why.
You
this
do
is
that.
not how I fight at all.
You know those videos that weird like
measuring.
I don't know if they're aardvarks or badgers or whatever, but like you know how they stand up and they go like.
yeah.
They go like that. That's almost what it's like. Where it's like just stay away.
Yeah.
The idea of the fact that it runs into a T-pose is you scare that creature into a T-pose.
But what I can't stand is like this is specifically a woman thing. I've seen this in like I don't mean to look. It's not even a generalization. It's just true.
Yeah.
That like if there's like a mouse or like a bug, it will not only will it be like an initial scream of surprise, it will be sustained. And it will continue no matter what happens until the thing is dead or I've taken care of it. That's it. It's never like it never ends immediately. It's always like screaming, no matter what the fucking thing does. And it's like, you are making this so much harder for me to deal with. You're screaming me, you're setting me off. And then you're probably scaring the thing that I'm trying to get in the first place. So shut up. You know, it's
yeah. I've never. I'm trying to think of. I think I'm allergic to that shit because I don't even have any memory of being in the presence of a woman doing that shit because I probably would dispose of them. I probably would get rid of them because that shit is. Whenever I would hear like a roller coaster or some shit, like yeah. I'm in like fucking I'm at an amusement park or whatever. You're on a roller coaster or anything, just even close to one, and you hear some of those motherfuckers just screaming, and I'm like, dude. Shut the fuck up. Like it's what are you doing? You're not in peril.
I've yelled on roller coasters.
Why?
I've yelled.
It's less so it's less of a scream and more like usually like sometimes I'll be like it'll get to this point in the ride where I'm having so much fun that I'm laughing and I can't help but laugh loudly.
That's fine.
And that's partially like screaming. Like, but it's not like scary.
Participating on this, you are waiting an hour, 30 minutes, whatever the fuck it is in this line, and then some people are like, all right, I'm ready to go on this ride to have a thrill rush, and they start screaming like they're about to be gutted, and it just... It's like this, like these visceral screams, and you're like, "What are you doing?"
Have you guys been? You guys have been to Disney?
What are you doing?
Have you been to Disney, Chris? No, right?
I went to Disney World when I was 7, and I went
to Disneyland.
I don't think I've ever been to Disneyland. No,
that is weird.
There's no want to.
I just like not even like because. Here's the unfortunate fact.
I've had many opportunities to go. I just have never cared enough to do it.
I'm gonna generalize again, but every woman wants to go to Disneyland. It's just in their DNA for some reason. I'm generalizing, but it's just a thing.
I mean, I'll bust it out as an emergency if I'm in the doghouse or something.
It shouldn't even be like this is how you earn their respect. By doing that one thing that's that magical thing. Don't get passes, bro. Don't get passes.
I would rather. Yeah. No, I would rather be.
Not now.
Of course he does.
No, I don't. Not modern. Modern passes are not worth it. Maybe like 4 or 5 years ago it might have been worth it, but not now.
Bro, that shit was shit. Even 4 or 5 years. Because I used to get passes when I was a kid. When I was like 12 and shit, and that was like because my mom would. I was like, oh, this seems cool, and then they were like, oh, I'm in high school and I have money now, and they're like, oh, no, it's gonna be $1 million. You can only go like 30 times a year, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
It's so expensive.
Yeah, the thing about it is to get value out of it, to get value out of it, you have to go like a million. Like you have to go every week, and it's just like I'm not gonna fucking do that.
They black out all the good days too, unless you have like the premium one or some bullshit. They just fucking
I just don't know. I don't know what there is at Disneyland to really like. What is there at Disneyland?
It's fun.
So I actually agree. I agree with that to the most part because first of all, if you go on any really normal day now, you really realistically for how long an adult would want to be there, you have enough time to get on like 2 rides. So it's more about like just kind of seeing shit, getting some novelties in the store because like the you probably want to be there a maximum like 4 or 5 hours. Like if you're an adult. Like if you have kids there, they want to be there all day, but you say "fuck you, kid" or whatever. But it's just like as an adult, you want to spend a few hours there. So you're probably gonna waste 2 hours just going on 2 rides, unless you have some like super fast pass. Paying more money.
The way that I genuinely feel about it is it's something that I haven't been to at all in my really at all because like I went to Disney World when I was a child, but I really don't fucking remember that at all. I was like 5, so I have no real experience with Disney at all. I would imagine that I imagine that I will at some point, especially if I decide to have kids at some point. I will probably be forced into the situation where I will have to go anyway. And so in a situation where that possibly happens, I would just rather go at that point. Where like I can at the very least I'll see it for the first time. I'll have some reason to be there that is like outside myself, and that way it's not this repetitious thing where it's like, oh, I've been here a million times, now I've got to take the kids because it's like a thing that you have to do. Yeah, you know. So I don't know. I'd rather just at this point I'd rather just save it for that point when I know I'm gonna have to do it anyway.
I mean, fair enough. Because personally, I guess
not worth it. It's just like. Because I don't know. For me, the thing is, if I go to a place too often, I won't like it. That is the thing, right? And Disney's supposed to be like a fun place. Like I like Star Wars.
That doesn't happen with good places.
No. Eventually, does. It does. Eventually, it's like I don't really want to do this. I have
never once. No, because look, man. I will go to my favorite pizza shop right now. You know what I mean? I've been there like a million times.
But you don't have it. You don't have it constantly. Like the idea of like. Going to
there were periods of times where I did.
But like you didn't have it like every day for like months. Eventually, like, all right, I don't really want pizza. You know, and I think that often it varies based on the thing you're doing.
But that's not permanent. You know what I mean?
Oh, like that's not like like I don't want to go right now. Like, and I don't ever want to have that feeling for Disney because I do like Disney. Like I like Disney in the wintertime and in wintertime and in the and in October. It's actually really cool during October because the Oogie Boogie Fest is pretty dope. But Lily will go like if I don't stop her, she'll go like 8 times a year, and like that's too much. That is
that's fucking
much.
Insane. I
think what do you guys
twice a year?
What the fuck do you do when you go there? That's what I'm curious. What do you do when you go there?
She does the same thing, and she's happy. They're doing the same thing each time.
What is it like? What do you guys do?
She goes to everything. We go on all the rides. We go all the rides. We go eat in various places. Like eat like 5 times throughout the day. We freaking, we go to Buzz Lightyear, we go to Pixar Pier. I like Pixar Pier, it's actually a cool place. Then we go to that like Mexican place right by Pixar Pier. She goes on the, we go on the Incredicoaster. This is California Adventure I'm talking about right now. Then we go on, we go to Radiator Springs. We go to Avengers Campus. And then we're like, all right, let's go to the next part. Then we go to the next part, we go to freaking, we go to the other castle.
Are you there all fucking day?
All fucking day. From like 10 to like 11:30.
And I'm like, bro, that's certifiably insane.
What the fuck, dude?
You guys, so you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not talking out of my ass. I'm telling you guys, like, she will go there.
Yeah, because that is literally not the way to experience. The only way I would recommend experiencing Disneyland like that is if you are not from that area, and it's like this is the one time we're going. We probably ain't coming back here for. I can't imagine coming back here for any reason because we're probably not coming back to California or something. But barring that, if you live anywhere close to it, just go for a couple of hours, 2-3 hours, and then fucking peace out. You can go back some other time.
It is
like you don't have to experience everything in one fucking day. She's a
Californian, man. That's how it is.
Well, see, that's what makes it crazy. Especially like growing up not that far from it.
For them, they love it. They love it.
No, but I'm from California, and the people that we were around, we didn't do that because it's right there. It's like whatever to us.
I'm not even talking about my ass.
I think she's built different, bro.
They love it. It's not as her. It's all of them.
They've been indoctrinated, man. It's crazy.
I guess, yeah. They've been like fucking. They're injected. Did
you see that they were doing a modern? What was it? They're doing like a live action modernized remake of Bambi.
No.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I'm not joking. That's real.
Why?
I don't know how the fuck you would modernize Bambi. Maybe an AR-15 kills his mom or something. I don't know what the fuck. Bambi's mom dies in a school. Is how they're going to.
Could you imagine
modernize it? I guess
the day a deer breaks into campus is the same day somebody shoots up your school. Could you imagine, ironically, like the day a deer gets on the campus is the day fucking Jonathan comes with a gun. It was an omen.
If a deer just wandered in at the same time, so he has a choice. So he has a choice. He can either be an ultimate villain or the hero of the day. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah!
It's like,
he can take down the deer.
John, why did you have your gun?
That's so fun. That's such a compelling premise for like a kid. A kid's just absolutely had it, and he goes to school with a gun, and then there's a deer, and then he decides to shoot it, and then he's like, everybody loves him.
Yo, you got.
And so now, like, everybody who he hated the day before, like, loves him now, and he's being showered with admiration. And now he's like gonna be like, "Oh man, I was gonna kill all these people,
all of you,
if that deer wasn't there." That's crazy.
So you know what happens? He becomes valedictorian when he graduates high school all them years later, and then he gives his speech, and he's like, "You know, the funny thing is, I was literally gonna kill all of you."
When I look back at my old life,
so chilling. That's like that scene in Joker when he's on the fucking when he's on the talk show.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Oh my god!
Imagine sitting there hearing that. He talks about the room. He's like, "Yeah, man, things are crazy. 2 years ago, I was gonna blow your fucking brains out. Now look at me. I'm here. I'm here.
You know what's funny? The day
there was standing O.
The day that
it's
deer
so
got
funny.
In.
It's so funny looking at all of these faces before me, because on that fateful day when I took that deer down, those rounds were meant for you. And here you sit purely because you showed me kindness.
I was gonna murder you guys, man. It would have been crazy.
So let that be a lesson. Let that be a lesson to everybody. Be kind. He tries to twist it into like something that's like really like positive.
Yeah.
I would have killed.
Man,
I would have murdered you all. It would have been crazy. It would have been a mess. I would have shot each and every one of you, especially you, John. He points his one kid directly, especially you. Yeah, you right over there. I see you. I was going to shoot
where bullying
in your
is...
face. I was gonna make you beg. I was gonna make you beg, and I was still gonna kill you.
Point blank. It's just, bah. You know what's crazy? Bullying in girls is like just as bad as it's ever been, because people, you know, the school shooter, 99.9% is like some dumbass kid, some boy.
Yeah.
And so people are trying to curve a little bit of bullying when it comes to dudes, but they're doing nothing for women. It's crazy. Like, women are still getting harassed relentlessly.
Girl bullying is way worse.
And the schools are just like, whatever. They ain't gonna pull a Glock, so I don't care. It's crazy.
Yeah, they can't pull a gun. They're not gonna pull a gun.
Women don't know how to pull guns, I guess.
They'd shoot it and then their arms would break. They can't handle it.
I don't like this energy, but I'm okay.
Yeah, you do.
Well, it's real. It's real. I look, man. I think there's like obviously psychological reasons why like that doesn't happen. I think there's probably like inherent reasons why that doesn't happen. But I also think low key that it's probably because they just can't shoot. Like sincerely, like I really do think that's a big. I really do think that's a big part of it.
I really think you're a bit of a misogynist, but it's whatever.
I think I might be as well, but like it's not like it's not a bad thing to suggest that. I don't think that's necessarily like a super negative thing. It's like, oh, he's insisting that we can't be school shooters. It's like, do you want to be? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, like, this is something that like helps.
It is sexist, but hey, I think it's as simple as this. I knew a guy from school that.
There's that video of the girl shooting the Desert Eagle and she knocks herself out with it.
Oh, right.
That's what I think. I think about that a lot.
I put it as simple as this. I think just there's a guy I knew from school that he went to Vegas. He did a backflip off a boat, missed the water, broke his neck, and died. I have never heard of a woman doing that. Meaning,
right, yeah.
I just think
women do less stupid shit. Generally speaking, like really. That's what I'm saying. It's like they're not going to take a risk like that. They're not going. They wouldn't do it. They'll just subtly like manipulate people into killing themselves is what they do. Like that's truly what they do. Like sincerely, like if you really look into, if you want to look at like the fatalist, like what the fatal bully strategy is, for men it's I'm going to kill you, and for women it's I'm going to make you want to die. That's the difference between them, and they're both very successful. It's just that there is, by the way, a suicide epidemic, and there's a lot. Well, not epidemic. I don't know if I'll go that far, but there's a lot of people fucking, whoa, there's a lot of that going on. So I don't know. Let's look up. Let's see. Teen suicide statistics.
How many niggas be killing themselves? Put that in.
The black suicide rate.
Suicides reached an all-time high in 2022.
I don't think it's high. Yeah, we believe in a sky dad. That's why.
All right, so listen. About 49,000 people took their lives in the U.S. last year.
Last year?
So sad.
Last year, 2022. So yeah.
Too bad. So sad. Nigga, I've been sad too. Shut
all right,
up.
this is a weird sentence here. Look, I don't mean to laugh at this. This is really sad.
What do we got?
This is really sad. I want you to understand that this is not funny. However, this is written very bizarrely. It says, the number should not be going up, said Christina Wilbur, a 45-year-old Florida woman whose son shot himself to death last year.
I mean,
you understand why that's a little funny though, right?
Well,
it sounds funny.
Survive, though.
How are you going to shoot yourself to death?
But see,
because you survive.
I love the implication is that like he shot a lot. Like that's what in my mind it's like Sonny at the toll booth, but to himself.
I understand,
which is great.
I understand why it sounds funny. It is proper to say, but it sounds funny. It's like saying, like, it's even when you say something like you killed someone to death, it just sounds funny too. Where it's like you shot someone to death. That is like an overkill.
Dude, like, what used to really bother me when I would play Halo with like my younger nieces and nephews.
Yeah,
I got them into it really early, and whenever they would, you could like throw grenades at your own feet and kill yourself, and the guy would be like suicide.
Yeah,
and they would be like, oh no, I killed my own self, and that would drive me up the fucking wall.
My own self.
I really used to bully the hell out of her. I was such an asshole about it. I was like, what are you saying? Your own self? Who else's self could you have possibly killed, idiot?
And they're like,
of
course that's what you mean.
You killed yourself.
A pox on thee for that have killed thy own self.
Ew.
Anyway.
Some shit.
Ew.
Would you do a podcast with some proper British dude, like some posh dude?
Oh, I would.
Like
only if the show was dedicated to our opposition. You know, like if it was like a Kenny versus Spenny type deal, where like the whole point was that we were arguing.
You know what's crazy? Okay. When the black ones start speaking, they get really aggressive. Like I don't think I can out-talk a British, like a black British person, because they start exhibiting behaviors that apes have, where it's not exactly the same thing.
Oh my god!
But it's
such a shithead. I hate you.
It's the same kind of energy, you know. It's a similar energy where it's like, yo, this guy's.
You suck so deeply that I want you to die sometime. Let's go up into
such white southern energy.
If you spread your ass, does it almost feel?
Go ahead. What is it?
Them and apes have a similar behavior.
So this question. Shut up. We're going on to the next question.
Please go on.
He says. So this guy's name is if you spread your ass, does it almost feel like you've been gaped before? And if you spread your ass, it's all right. Not great. What is that? Is that Bastille?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? Anyway, he wrote in. He says, "Hello to my 3 little holes." I didn't like that. I don't like that. Don't call us that. Don't call us that.
I got a big hole, bro.
Yeah,
I sound. My penis head. My penis hole's wide, bitch. Get your hand lost in there, motherfucker.
Wide and thin, like a coin slot. Anyway, he wrote in. He says, "Are skeletons the peak Halloween decorations? If not, what's the best, funniest Halloween decorations you've seen?" I went to a Spirit Halloween recently, and I saw fucking the Grinch in one of these like Halloween outside decorations, and I'm like, we're losing something here, because because that's not like Jack Skellington. I get.
Great.
You know, that's a Christmas affiliated thing.
It's great,
but it's it's Halloween. But the
You're
Grinch,
a mean one,
Mr.
Grinch. I mean, you really fucking suck. You got duct tape on your kneecaps.
I want to
fuck your butt, Mr. Grinch.
Yeah.
You got
He's
duct
just a
tape
rapist.
on your kneecaps. Holy shit!
You got
Some
duct tape
vile
on your
fucking
kneecaps.
person.
I know damn well I can write a pretty good Mr. Grinch song. I know I can write a pretty good one. Like if I sat down for a whole day and I was like, I gotta really focus on this, I can write a great one.
We should do that for. We should do that for Christmas.
Absolutely.
100%.
We should absolutely. But I mean, we should do it. We should maybe do it in extra ammo in early December. Put the song out on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
And just have like a little. That would be so fun.
You got duct tape on your kneecaps. You got mayonnaise on your eyes, Mr. Grinch.
Mayonnaise on your
eyes. I hope they find you when you sleep and they come on you till you die.
It's so stupid.
They come on you till you die.
So this guy's like that's worse than Mr. Grinch.
Yeah, it's way worse. Like if you really compare the sins of the Grinch to whoever this person is, it's fucking like he just like the original like the Grinch. All he does is like not like Christmas, is a little antisocial, and doesn't have great hygiene.
Yeah.
But like this dude's like a full on like you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You've been on Epstein's plane. like what the...
I'm gonna gut your fucking bowels and bust all of your jowls, Mr.
Grinch. If I find where you are, I'm gonna beat you till you fucking die. It's just threats. It's just serious
Grinch goes to the
threats.
police. The Grinch goes to the police like, dude, this thing is gonna kill me.
You assassinated Kennedy and framed Cosby for your crimes, Mr. Grinch.
Grinch, I didn't do any of that shit, bro.
Yo, can you imagine? The Grinch is at home. The Grinch is at home listening to this on the radio. He's like, "Yo, I didn't do any of this. Who put this out? What record label did this? Can I file?
It's his dog.
Yo,
it's his dog.
It's Max.
Max is like fucking trying to get him killed.
Can I file like a DMCA or something? Like what do I do? They're besmirching mine. I mind my business and hate Christmas, bro. That's all I do. What the fuck? I didn't kill Kennedy? What? I was born like 15 years ago. Like
You're a mean one.
He's so stressed. Yeah. He's panicking. Like if there was a camera in
He's
Grinch Mountain or whatever,
he's getting calls. People are like, "Yo, we know what you did."
His phone is blowing up, and he's just like.
he's just pacing, just freaking out. Like, what the fuck do I do? he just fucking. They start
making
Home Depot and get some rope.
They start making up
Home Depot, get
anything.
some fucking rope, dude.
Wait. Let me see. Let me get. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really fucking stink. You evade your tax regularly, and you don't wait. And you come in the kitchen sink, Mr. Grinch.
Come in the kitchen sink. It's like what? And then
we gotta write it.
Just we gotta write it. Worse
it's always. Yes, we got. That has to be the.
And in the interludes, it like when it goes like da-na-na-na, it's just like it's the Grinch like just speaking like real time panicking like what the fuck? Who made this?
Guys, I think we should just put extra ammo in the next one because this is too good of an idea because we
have the idea.
I mean,
it's too early to do.
We can sit on it. We can sit on it.
What happens is this, right? I want it to be a sale where like it goes from him doing like minorly dastardly things
right,
to like
and then it just descends into the worst shit.
It's fuck shit. He's getting accused
You
of.
gas Jews in the shower. You fuck kids every hour, Mr. Grinch.
I know about the 45. I know about the 45 terabytes of child porn you have on your phone right now. He's like, what?
What the hell? What is going on? You disguised yourself as Kanye West and went on Alex Jones, Mr. Grinch. Can you imagine? That was the Grinch under the mask.
Your real name's
If he somehow fell in a mask, fell off, and it was the Grinch, but it's like the animated Grinch. It's like the animated one, but in real life.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yo, that's fucking
Your
wild.
real name's Jared Fogle.
Your real name's Jared Fogle.
Oh, that's it.
All right, let's go.
That's it. That is the only like it does. The rest of the song plays out, but like that's the only line. It's like your name is Jared Fogle. Bum, 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 bum. And it just
I know that keeps looping around, but that's the one line you hear in the beginning.
That's the one line, and then the Grinch is like, "Yo, they didn't even finish that. This is fucked, bro."
And at the end of the song, it just be him shooting himself in the head.
I mean, you really fucking stink. Your real name is Chavins. He's like.
What? That's it. All right, let's hold it. Let's hold it. It's a good. It's a good idea. I like a lot of that. Anyway, so
called the cops on Floyd. Could you imagine?
Oh my god.
He called the cops. He's like, "Oh no, I didn't think it would get this bad."
No, he knew.
No, he didn't. He really
George
had no
Floyd.
Clue. He knew he was going to get arrested. He didn't know it was going to end up like that.
I love the idea.
Yeah, you kneeled on George Floyd. You sent him to the void, Mr. Grinch. Let's go.
Good, anyway, I would say skeletons are pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is why, like, guys, this is why I think you should watch the whole podcast, because you never know at what. It's usually towards the end. Granted, usually towards the end of the podcast and the credits.
There have been episodes, right, where like I think it's going kind of slowly, and then like in the like even during the credits, sometimes it'll just fucking explode. Like there'd be some ridiculous bullshit. I think the last episode was like a slower one. You know what I mean? And then like, but even so, like I don't know, man. Occasionally this shit will happen.
Shit. Even this one, bro. Like this one, kind of like. We were having a casual conversation about something. I don't even remember what the fuck it was.
And then your camera fucking...
Oh, yeah, my camera went insane. yeah.
And then this whole
your
fucking
camera was
Grinch,
pretty early.
This Grinch shit is fucking hilarious. Like, I know damn well an animation could be made about that Grinch shit. That would be funny. It would be ridiculous. We got to put it on our TikTok.
Great fucking clip.
Not to mention, go follow us on TikTok. Go follow us on TikTok.
At what?
TikTok.
Yeah, at what?
Snark Tank Official.
At what?
Snark Tank Official.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you make it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah, that's something that you didn't tell us either.
Kingston will do all sorts of things where like he won't tell us anything. Like he'll be like, Jax Films is on the show, and we'll be like, when? And he'll be like, in 3 hours. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, but we got an interview with Trump. It's like, when? Right now. Get into the Discord right now. Into the Discord right now. Right now. Hurry up.
Hello, niggas. That'd be crazy.
That would be wild. Have you seen? Crazy. By the way, speaking of Halloween decorations, have you seen this fucking jack-o'-lantern named Lewis?
No.
Have you not seen this thing?
No.
It's like this. I don't know how old this is, because I saw it and I thought it looked familiar, but then I was like, I don't know. Like I think my brain's like lying to me. Where it's this big. It's like one of those Party City like really tall. You know, like the Home Depot skeleton, where it's like 30 feet fucking tall or whatever. It's like that. Not as big, but still pretty large. And it's this big jack-o'-lantern with like a cape, and it just says, "I am not a jack-o'-lantern. My name is Lewis," and that's all it says. What? And it's like real. It's like this standard Halloween decoration that's in like every Party City now. And I feel like I've seen. It looks like something that has been around forever, but also at the same time, I feel like it's the first time I'm seeing it.
What the hell? I've got to look
it's
that
so
up.
It's so weird. I feel like it feels like a Berenstein Bears type deal, where it's like, have I seen this before? Like, is this?
Let's see.
Jack-o'-lantern Lewis, I bet. You can probably find it. I don't imagine there are a lot of Lewis
Is it just like a Grim Reaper? What is this?
I don't know. It's just a big jack-o'-lantern with like a cape. Right? Am I describing it correctly?
I mean, he looks more like almost like a Grim Reaper to me or something.
Yeah, but he's got like a jack-o'-lantern head.
Yeah, he's definitely a jack-o'-lantern head, but I mean, like what he's
My
wearing
name
is like,
is Louis. I'm
tatters.
the jack-o'-lantern.
I'm seeing him in Targets.
Oh, Targets. Yeah, maybe Party City was the wrong thing. Yeah. Because Home Depot had like the skeleton, the big skeleton.
And there's merch. I don't get this. I don't know what the fuck this is.
What? There's Louis the Jack-O'-Lantern merch?
You can buy...
I hate America, bro.
So I guess... Okay, here's Know Your Meme. Because here's Know Your Meme. Maybe it'll give me a little origin on this.
Yeah, let's study.
It's Halloween. So first, a Halloween decoration and pumpkin animatronic sold at Target. Okay, when did this first get around here? So recorded, posted to TikTok on September. So, this is literally new. So it's a campaign.
But do you know what I mean though? Like when you look at that doesn't look like a modern thing. That feels like something that's been around a long time that people are only like recently starting to notice. It
feels old and specifically because I don't get it, really. Like it's something that usually Gen Z or like any of this shit like there's some type of punchline usually.
I totally get it. I know what it is. I know why it's popping off.
Why? Explain it to me.
I think it's because when you have these Halloween decorations, usually what they do is like they have a bunch of pre-recorded things where it's like, I will eat your soul, or even just like stuff that we all know it's not scary, right? Like we understand, like they're all fucking lame and stupid. So this one, the fact that this exists in the same way that all of those other ones exist, and you walk up to it thinking it's like one of those, and he goes like, hey man, it's me, Louis. It's like completely fucking disarming, and it's just like, oh, this isn't even trying. And I think that's why it's so popular, is because it's like they didn't even bother with this one. They just had some guy improv like, hey man, what's up? It's me. I'm a jack-o'-lantern. I'm Louis.
Yeah, okay.
And it's also like a stupid name for this fucking thing. It's like, because I think it's like even just... The first time I saw it was like Lewis, which is the funniest way to spell Louis.
That's Louis, not Luis.
That's a better way to spell Louis, because technically the other one should be Luis.
The other one is Luis. There's two different names. I know it's stupid.
I mean, some motherfuckers will use it as bro. There's a guy in the fucking NFL right now. No, sorry, not the NFL. In NBA, his fuck. I forgot his name is something. Damn it! I'm gonna forget it. I'm gonna forget. I gotta pull it up because it's one of those spellings that Let me see. He was traded to the. I'm not gonna remember, but I really wanted to bring it up because it was, when people spell people's names in ways that I feel like maybe you should be executed. Like, why did you spell it this way? Like, if someone's name is like Trey or something, and then you.
Maybe you should be executed.
It's one of those things where you're just going so out of your way to spell something incorrectly. It's one of those names, and it pissed me off. I just can't remember
Steven,
at the time.
But they spell with the PH, and it's like, that's not how you spell your name. That's Stefan, bro.
That annoys me. That the PH thing, I get it just because of Latin, but I still hate it. I still hate it.
Stefan. It's still Stefan in Latin. It's not Steven in Latin.
Well, I mean, to me that's just. Depends
it's
on how
a different name. Like this, except your name is different.
It's like saying red and red. You know what I mean? And and read and read and red and shit. It's just
like my
you're just
niece's
saying
name is
it differently.
My niece's name is Brianna. That's her name. It's not Brianna, or it's not Brianna. It's Brianna. That's her name. She doesn't pronounce her name Brianna.
That's annoying,
huh?
Yeah.
There's
also Alicia and then Alicia, and it's spelled the same way.
People are fucking stupid. And you know what? Your stupidity will have a price. One day, you guys are going to keep being dumb, and I'm going to fucking come reaping what you sow.
Oh, some people call me Christ, even though that's not how I pronounce it.
Everyone that calls you Christ, right, shut up. Shut up.
Last one, and then we'll get out of here. I had no idea we were recording for this long. Hayden Spring wrote in. He says, "Hey fellas, what musical instrument would you want to be beat to death with if that was the only way out?"
It's such a stupid fucking.
I like it. It was the only way out.
Probably a harmonica.
It beat
so
to death.
Small. That could be like you like strap a harmonica to your knuckles as like a brass knuckle.
Yeah,
just get beat the fuck up with like a bunch of harmonicas.
Punching fast enough that it's actually making noise. You can hear it.
I feel like a grand piano would be crazy.
Like a Looney Tune slammed on you like more than
like
once.
if somebody because I feel like that would be either I feel like it would be instant because like either it falls on you and that's like you're gone, man. That's gonna mess you up. Or someone who is strong enough to pick it up very easily hits you with it, in which case that's still an insane amount of force. So you're gone. It's not like a guitar where like it's probably gonna be a rough go for at least a couple minutes. I'll go with the grand piano.
I would like a bass clarinet shoved up my ass, and then it just goes all the way through my mouth.
Oh my god! So you can play the clarinet through you,
and then they play it through.
That's
those bass clarinets where they rest it on their foot. Like they're pretty big. They're pretty big. So
your arms be hanging off to the side.
That's crazy, man.
That'd be pretty good.
That's so nuts.
There's probably some interesting sound because it'll be fucking a clarinet through your body.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, how do you spell Drew? How do you spell Drew?
Drew.
DREW.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. So there's a guy in the NBA. It's JRUE. Drew.
I have to visualize that.
Yeah. Drew Holiday.
No.
Oh, Drew Holiday. Yeah, I know who the basketball player is.
Yeah. So that's what I couldn't remember at the time. It just popped in my head. I'm like,
that's
Drew
not how you spell
Holiday.
It, but it's fine.
That's unacceptable.
It's one of those ways where I said I would execute his parents. Just
like Lily.
Sorry.
Lily's name is Liliana, right? Or her name is Liliana. That's her real name. She spells Lily Liliy, and I'm like, that's fucking wrong.
Why? What do you mean?
Her name. That's not how you spell Lily. It's Liy.
There's an IY. Say it again.
She said L-I-L-I.
You said L-I-L-I. You said L-I-L-I-Y.
Yeah,
that's how she spells it.
No way. That's not how she spells it?
That's how she spells. That's how she spells it.
L-I-L-I.
So there's just an I there there's a redundant I in there.
That's how she spells Lily.
There's an I in there that does not need to be in there? Is that what you're telling me?
Stupidest shit ever. I'm like, that's not how you spell your name, dude. Her name is Lillian. So in Lillian, that is how you spell Lillian, yes.
Is it?
Yeah. L-I-L-I.
Is her name Lillian or Liliana? What are we doing here? Is her name Lillian or Liliana?
Sorry. Her birth name.
he doesn't know.
I didn't clarify. Her birth name is Lillian Herrera, right? Her mother first says Liliana because they're beans. So her mother refers to her as Liliana, right? What happens is, since her mom is Mexican, when she spells Lily, since she doesn't spell Lily in English, she's not an English speaker, she always spelled it Liliy. Because she just thought like, oh, this is when her name is no longer, this is how you close off the name Lily. So I always put a Y at the end of this part of her name. I don't agree with it. I think it's wrong.
I mean, it's
entirely.
either she did a Y instead of an E. That's where she messed up. Because you can do Lily as Lily or Lily.
That's still stupid.
But that's how you do it. That's how you properly do it. If you're gonna spell something with an I, it needs to be coupled with an E for it to just be like at the end. Not fucking I, not IY. You can do EY too. That technically works, even though I think it's stupid. There we go.
Okay, Vegeta.
What power level?
Fucking Napa.
Yeah, Napa.
It's me, Napa.
Yeah, my
dude.
Napa.
The fact that Goku paralyzed him and threw him on the floor was the craziest shit ever. Goku paralyzed him and threw him on the floor. It was
you guys know there's an auto part shop called Napa.
Yeah.
You guys aware of that? So when I used to work with this RV dealership, sometimes I would order parts when I wasn't doing the accounting, and I pointed out a bunch of Napa, fucking just pictures of Napa, and any of the fucking like anything that came from Napa, I would just put fucking Napa on it. I would just put it all over.
That's so dumb.
It was fucking great.
All right, let's go on to these names. All right, we ready? Count me down.
3, 2, 1.
John Guido the Fourth. I listened to every episode of the Snark Tank podcast, and all I got was this lousy dick. Bailey the Star Scout. Semen on a human being. You assuming I'm not homo? What I gotta
Let's
do
go.
to bust a nut into you?
Semen on a human. Semen on a human is the best line ever.
Semen on a human being. You assuming I'm not homo. What I gotta do to bust a nut into you? Something. More to come. Yeah, you work on it. There'll be something. There'll be something.
Yeah.
Load up on cum. Bring your ass. It's to fuck men's rear ends. Butt overload and bussy assured. Oh no. Dirty load. Homo home. I don't know what this is.
Is that fucking Oh No by Mos Def?
I think it's Crackavado.
Oh, say it again one time?
Yay.
Wait, load up on cum, bring your ass. It's to fuck men's rear ends, butt overload, and bussy assured.
Wait, that will.
Oh
what?
no, a dirty load. Homo. I don't know.
I was like, oh no, look at who they let in the back door. I don't know.
I don't remember Crack a Bottle that well.
Oh, but, is he doing front to back by Exhibit?
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I got to look at that later.
I have no concept. Diane Feinstein, more like Diane Feinstein, more like Diane Diedstein. Poggers.
Yes,
Hey.
Listening to Sweeney, I don't care. Good. Listening to Sweeney makes me consider racism. Baller of the first sin.
Nice.
There goes my homo. Watch him as she blows. Keith David, but British. 13 episodes and counting down. I am the darkness. Cream into my bussy. Aha. And all the queers say I'm pretty fly for a bi guy. I see.
Yeah, nice.
I see. I get it. Cream into my pussy.
Cream into
all right, yeah, I get it. That's so stupid.
Yep,
that's good though. That works really well, actually.
Dumb.
Jolly old dipshit, banging boy pussy and barole.
Come.
Yanti, Johnny Silvercock, Cyphergraph, the UNSC in Cumclad. That's so fucking dumb. That's so dumb. It's not even fucking close. Oh God! If you like penis a lot. What? If you like penis a lot and getting cock in the rain?
Let's go.
Oh, I see. I get it.
Yeah, I knew immediately.
That's so dumb.
Immediately. If you like penis a lot,
that's so stupid.
I like a lot of.
If you're not into your girl, if you love anal pain,
let's go.
If you like sucking
dick at midnight.
The only Talk Tank patron to have both justifiably and verifiably shot and killed not just one but two people. Do the
third.
What?
Do the
penis butt sex jelly with my gay ball sack.
Wait,
my gay ball sack. Peanut butter jelly.
Oh, the peanut butter jelly time.
That's too hard. That's too forced.
Penis butthole jelly.
Adrian, get a glass. I want to see it.
Nice.
Sweeney, lick my weenie, suck cock so hard, dude, be gay, just might let you meet yay. Guy butts, b-holes, I'm sucking dicks, be gay, gazy, kang gay. I don't know. We're getting into territory where it's too much. The Mask 2 starring Paul Blart, Mall Cop, and Blackface, help. Come in my ass, you're drilling me, all I want is your ooze. Caucasian container, the Cracker Barrel for gays, tinfoil tyrant, learning voodoo, witch magic to keep Diane Feinstein in office. Putting blackface on my light bulbs, my horse keeps whispering the N-word in Keith David's voice. Sweeney, swallow up my peenie, bend my dick, I'm snatch, sings I've got two big cocks in hand, about to make some homo plans, fat bottom girl, too easy to make. She pipkin on my pippa, possum. Yes, that's my real name. But when I fuck you, I can cream so much harder than before with my ass in the air. Give your dick to me and all. Like this. I don't know. I don't know what these are.
Why the fuck do you sound like this? What the fuck going on with you, bro?
I'm tired.
Yeah, you sound like
I just got so hungry, honestly. Sweeney looks like if Orcus was a human. Who's Orcus?
Does he mean Orpheus?
I see.
Or Orcus the whale?
He's talking about the fucking demon lord from fucking
Orcus.
Yeah, from the demon lord from D&D. I don't know, like Orcus. I'm not that fucking big and monstrous. Jeez.
I mean, average clit energy. Go ahead and get comfy. Take your socks off. They should make pedos wear GoPros in prison so you can see what happens to them. I think that'd be neat. Star Coffee on Twitch. Bitch, Queef David. Aaron Rodgers getting hurt is the worst tragedy to happen to New York involving Jets on September 11th. I mean, I said that.
Great.
Exact thing.
It's a great joke.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Thank you. Thank you for your appreciation.
What What did Colin say? The Jets fan, Colin. What did Colin say? Did he just give up?
Oh, Colin, we dedicated like a whole 30 minutes to it.
Oh, he killed himself, right?
He's gone.
Didn't he go?
Sacred Symbols is now over.
Yeah.
So all of you guys come over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
All 12,000 patrons.
Yeah. Just shark the fuck out of him, dude. Just shark him.
Can you imagine? That'd be so messed up. I'm going to his wedding too, and I'd have to explain. It's like, hey, sorry about stealing every single one of your patrons and leaving you destitute with nothing.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Congratulations on the marriage, though. Exposing people with lactose intolerance to 90 million radigens of ionizing radiation. Yush, not Vinpen, the angelic DM, who is reworking his whole system again because the old system sucks again. Craig the Canadian. Billie Eilish be like, I'm cum man. I'm the cum man. Fill you full of cum man. Bloated up with cum, oh man. So full of cum man.
Cum.
Nice interjection. It's your boy Shawnee D. Yuri Lowenthal is my Keith David, Ben and Jerry's Funky Monkey, Indie Butterknife on YouTube. Dracula Flow voice, her pussy sneaky like fly paper. Call me Dros Philaday, cause I ain't getting off on that shit. I don't know what that is. 3XO buying Raycons in 2020 and them shocking my earring ceasing to function shortly after the warranty expired. Slipping, smoking, stroking, joking. Emoticons going like this. Morning Owlet, Keith David, Drip MH, Return of the Drip. Keith David voice Ramirez. Meet me at the dumpster behind Burger Town and play with my nipples. Obi won't you blow me. My love for Johnny Cage is immeasurable. Guy, Avi, something funny and topical. Indestructible. Oh my God. Homosexual determination to tear up some man's soul from the other side of Peter's too bold. Oh my God. Something about homosexual delivered that way is fucking, it's fucking homosexual. Witch Slate 583, I feel gay, fuck you. The Papini Brothers Emporium of realistic cami and Chun-Li thigh-shaped neck pillows, self-tightening, sold separately. Donkerson, I once created a hardcore Gandalf and Dumbledore fanfic to spite my middle school friend group. You gotta pay the troll's toll to get in the boy's hole. William Harrington, the last guy who ran out on the pack, got choked out by some Givenchy gloves. Last thing I ever saw was the price tag.
I hid as the archangels took his soul away.
I let the archangels take him. It's crazy. And all the homo people, where do they all come in? Oh, God, tell him Steve Dave. The mythical weave that showers, uses deodorant, and isn't a pedo. A mean lesbian. Barry McCockiner, John Strickland, Armored Hole Sex, Fires of Rubbing Cocks, Mercs 1889, emoticons that spell out the N-word in sign language.
Let's go.
Mary Jane finding Peter's panty stash he stole from women in skirts. Hey man, you know.
Hey man, you gotta get how you live, man.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta hit. You know, you gotta get a hit.
They don't need it.
Pre-Roz, Blake 896. Gage, I'll never not think about that guy at that con.
Which one?
What was it like? Was it like a fighting game convention or something, or what the hell was it? That guy who like leaned over to he got up and he just like sniffed the seat. It's crazy, that video, man.
I think he's sick, but also I respect him for that.
I don't respect him, but I appreciate that he had so little shame.
He took a whiff, bro.
That man is unembarrassed for sure. Anyway, Blake 896 pre-Roz, Gay Jonah Gamerson, Gay editor-in-chief of the Gaily Bugle, cop shoots Pomeranian out of fear that the stick is bigger than his, Alaskan oilfield trash, Texas Tater Salad, the Dick Police, they're inside my pants, Sue Hulk, tickle my ass hairs, Nikki Ziggy, Chris Wake Up, it's me, Marcus, the cog needs you and I need you, Dom is dead and I don't know what to do, get up. Damn. Nothing would stress me out more than that. Emoticons going like this. Nice. Bussy, 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 you can't see. Sometimes your nuts just dickmatize me. Dickmatize my bussy balls.
Dickmatize me.
Nice. Dickmatize is such a stupid fucking...
Good one, no.
Yeah. It's such a... I hate that word.
Semen
I've heard that word so many times.
Dick inside me.
Dick and guys.
Dick and guys.
That's better. I just hate the word dickmatized. I've heard it used as a genuine excuse too much.
Oh,
like it's no.
That's dumb.
Every time I come, it sounds like Squidward walking. Jackson DuPont, badly brave. Hugger Derek, duck cunt. Bulk, the first disciple of the fitness. Etherean, Perjurian Hunter. Melphis one, the angriest crowd. And routing out our list, as always.
The king.
The king.
The king
of Azeld.
of Azard. Thank you all so much for your continued...
Share your energy with me.
Share your energy. Share your energy.
What if Trump did that? Like it's a last-ditch effort. A last-ditch effort to win.
Share your energy. We're building a big bomb. The biggest bomb you've ever seen.
We're gonna send it to the White House.
We're gonna send this bomb straight, hovering to the White House, slowly, menacingly, over to the White House. Did you see that clip? Did you see that clip of him going in? Indict the motherfucker.
Yeah. He's like,
it's crazy.
Everyone's like, woo, woo, and then the same motherfuckers were like, oh my god, did you hear Taylor Swift say the F word at the football game? Oh my god, she's supposed to be an icon, and then fucking Trump's like spreading his ass on stage.
I went to Mariah Carey's show. I said this is gonna be great, and she brings up 9/11. 9/11 out of nowhere. What is this? I love that clip. I love that clip of her. Did you ever see that clip of Mariah Carey being like, I guess you guys don't want to talk about 9/11 in the middle of her show?
No.
Have you not seen that? That's real. That's actually.
I didn't know we were like doing some real shit. That's weird.
No, that is a honest to God real fucking thing. And you can hear people in the crowd going like what? What?
That's how you let Nick Cannon come in you, bro.
Did she start screeching really like high? You know, she does those high pitches. She's like, this is so awkward. She just does it and like breaks everyone's fucking eardrums to escape.
Yeah, that's how she got out of. That's how she got. That's how she got out of Eminem's house.
You know what's crazy? No one can hit those notes other than her, really.
Yeah,
that's not true.
Many. Name 3 singers that can hit those notes. Like
famous ones.
Weird Al Yankovic, Chris Daughtry, and
could you imagine? Yeah.
And
it's a note like that.
The fucking rest in peace, Smash Mouth guy.
Oh yeah, Smash Mouth. Yeah, he could hit those.
Hey,
he just chose.
He gave up.
He chose specifically not to.
Yeah.
Because he thought it would be too much power for him to wield.
Yeah.
If he would have hit that song, Shrek would have become the world's. Like if aliens invaded the planet, Shrek would have been the first thing we showed them. If he would have hit those notes. This is human culture. Shrek
is absolutely human culture. Hey. Although it's had a pretty bad effect because now I can't help but notice it. Dude, I saw this. There's this movie called The Slumber Party that's literally just like a Disney Channel version of The Hangover, and I'm not even fucking kidding. It's and there's a scene in the end. It's literally plot for like beat for beat, just The Hangover, but with kids. Yeah. Except instead of getting drunk, they get hypnotized. It's really fucking stupid, but there's a scene where there's like an onion eating contest or something, or some other fucking stupid Disney Channel main fucking climax, and in the middle of this fucking climax, they play I Need a Hero, and there's so many fucking movies that do it now.
Yeah,
like they don't earn it. They don't earn it. Shrek earned it. Okay, Johnny, like Short Circuit earned it. Okay. After Shrek, you can't use that song. I'm sorry. I think the Mario movie did it too. And it's just like you can't be doing this.
I think you're right.
I think it works in the Mario movie, but I don't think it's not going to be as good as Shrek. Because Shrek's was the scene, the fact that she was doing karaoke, the fact that they were attacking at the same time. That is the perfect sequence.
Well, the issue is like every time I hear that song, I think of Shrek.
Yeah.
Well, I never not think of Shrek. So when I hear that song in another movie, I'm just thinking of a movie that's probably better.
Right. It's not doing what they think what they want it to do.
Right.
I understand that, but you got to let other movies breathe, you know?
No, you can let other movies breathe, but there's a reason why certain songs are famous from certain movies and why they aren't used again. Like imagine using Eye of the exactly. Imagine using Eye of the Tiger for anything that isn't a joke.
It's the
100%, 1,000%.
It's the thrill of the fight.
Like I want to watch fucking new Martin Scorsese movie
where fucking like Joe Pesci is walking down the street just saying N-word in between Eye of the Tiger. It's the eye of the net. It's the thrill of the net. And people are gonna be.
It's literally it's a training segment, but all he's doing is shouting that word at inanimate photos.
Getting visibly stronger though.
He's wearing like a really heavy jacket. And he's got his hands in his pockets the whole time. And he's like he's like yelling this word at like a bunch of photos.
Like a fucking with the mitts. It's like pictures of people, and he's just screaming.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like sweating. He's breaking a sweat.
I don't think I can say it again anymore. Nicholson's like, you better say it. He's like, all right.
Oh man,
dude, I want to meet Joe Pesci. I want to see what he'll call me.
He'll probably just be like, "What's up?"
Yeah.
I'm like, Joe Pesci, how much do you enjoy saying it? Like, come on.
You giant.
I bet he loves it, dude. It's so funny thinking. It's so funny. It's so funny. It's so funny thinking about Joe Pesci because like my introduction to him was Home Alone. So like it really is.
I think me too.
Like it's almost like learning about like finding Bob Saget through Full House. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like this dude is so like he can't stop cursing. It's insane.
Yeah.
And that's so alien to my first introduction to him. It's nuts.
You know what's my first introduction to the guy that played Sully was obviously that. And then I saw
Goodman?
The Big Lebowski. The guy that played Sully, I forgot his name. Goodman. Yeah, Goodman.
Yeah.
So I watched that. And then I
Rest
saw
in peace,
Big
by the way.
Lebowski.
Rest in peace, John Goodman.
Oh shit.
Gone, right?
This morning, yeah.
Stop. So
he fell into a monster.
Did you know he did a Fox show where he was gay? Like for a few episodes, and then of course they canceled it. You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
It's Gay Goodman.
I'm not even doing a bit, but it sounds like it though. It sounds like I'm doing a bit, but I'm not.
No, I know you're right. John Goodman.
It's called Normal Ohio.
John Goodman gay.
Gay. Literally, if you put it, it's gonna pop up. It's called Normal Ohio.
Yeah, Normal Ohio. Yeah.
And it was just like a gay show about him being fat and gay.
It really is literally that.
Let's leave. Let's go. I'm going away now. I'm leaving now.
I want to do an episode where we just go over canceled Fox shows, dude.
That would be a good idea. That'd be a fun extra ammo, actually.
Remember Octoblitz? That show was fucking half funny.
I don't remember that at all. I'm going to write it down in the Discord so we don't forget.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
What was the idea? Canceled
Fox shows. Bro, y'all don't remember The Pits. The Pits
I don't remember a lot of them.
The Pits was canceled in like 3 episodes. It was like fucking record breaking. It got canceled before the season wrapped up.
I never got super into TV enough to like keep track of a lot of that stuff, but like I know there's like so like I didn't know about Joey that Friends spinoff until like a year ago or something.
I had one season.
Yeah.
I don't know why they thought Joey would be able to hold.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go before it hits 2:30.
Yeah, we'll hit you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Shraggets.